Kickout Crew. James L. Korai. Brad Stanton. Coach Rosie. Adam from Bama. Mike Whitaker. Devin Dowling. The Kickout Crew Podcast. Available on all major podcast platforms and watch videos exclusively on YouTube.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 30 of the Kickout Crew. I am James L. Korai. Man, what a wild ride we've been on. Pardon everything that happened last week. You know, some assholes leaked the code, I guess, and, just people just chimed in the whole time. But we do want to thank everybody that jumped on and had a great time. I'm appreciate the millions and millions of feedback we got, and like 5-star reviews and everything. That's really cool that everybody took the time, kind of crazy. But that's enough about me. If you look around, we do have Alison on the show. So, she chimed in on the last episode. But I'm going to kick it out to Brad because I've talked.
Hey, everybody. Again, thanks for everybody except for Amy that came on last week. We really appreciate that. Even though nobody was invited, you made the show interesting and you really tested our improv comedy skills, which is one half of what we are on this show. So if anybody remembers from about, I don't know, a dozen or so episodes back, I did a little thing called pet peeves. I wanted to give an update about the pet peeves that were that I discussed on the show. So one was, yes, I'm doing a wrestling podcast. So I take notes in front of the TV. As soon as I put wrestling on, what's everybody in the house have to do? Talk to me. Okay, I have notes. I know this is stupid to everybody else. I get it. Wrestling's stupid, right? Yeah, I got it. But it's something I'm trying to take a little bit seriously. So I'm taking notes. I also have another rule about it, though. So the other night, last night, for instance, watching a little Dynamite. So again, we record on Thursday. So this is that Dynamite from a week ago. Sorry, everybody. And MJF was doing an interview. So what does my wife do? She wants to talk to me during an MJF promo. Now, there are so many times you can talk during a wrestling show, right? Especially when I'm not taking notes on. But during an MJF promo, it's got to be timeout. It's got to be timeouts all around. So I just looked at her. I'm like, you hear him talking, right? You hear him talking. When his mouth goes up, or my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut, like the Miz says. That didn't go over. It didn't go over well. But after she heard the promo, it actually made a little more sense to her. All right, second thing. I hate whistling.
That's why you have the dent in your head.
Now, I know. What is going on? I look weird. Like, hey, everybody. So then there's the whistling thing. So it got out at work that I hate whistling. You know what I hate more than whistling? People that don't know how to whistle come into my office and try to whistle to try to annoy me. So they're just blowing out their mouth. It's way worse than whistling. Trying to annoy me, just because I know you're trying to annoy me. So you're just you don't know how to whistle. So that's the second thing. Now the third thing was the biggest one. It is now November. That was June 20 something. And the guy's Christmas lights across the street were still up, right? Well, guess what? They're down now. He took them down last week. What the fuck are we talking about? It is now November. Leave them up. Leave him up. He's taking him down. He's like, yeah, I'm finally getting to this. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? You had him up during the whole Halloween season. Now you decide to take him down. Now you're taking him down. He's like, what? I go, what? Yeah. June, July, August, September, all the way back to December of last year. You've had up. What are you putting him up again? December 26th? Like, what is going on? So yes, this guy had his Christmas lights going at the same time as the Halloween decorations. And no, they're not those orange lights that those kids like nowadays. No. They were the same Christmas lights. Well, now everything's down. You know what else that guy does? He leaves his dog outside all the time. So this dog's always outside, running around the yard, up and down. They never pay attention to this dog. I try to walk my dog. I can't walk my dog next to this house without everybody going freaking crazy. I walk my dogs. This dog just I've had it with this freaking loser. I hope he listens to the show. Take down your fucking lights, put them back up at the right time, or just leave them up now. That's it.
Somebody's on a rant.
Yeah, Brad just
Why
went
do you
off.
take them down in November? You're taking them down in November. You put them up at Thanksgiving. You're taking them down 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. Jackass. Freaking screams down the street too and has worse of a mouth than I do. It's a nice neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood.
You know, I got a new pet peeve now. A
My
leaf
head.
looker.
Asshole. What?
A leaf looker. Do you know what a leaf looker is?
A leaf hooker? What the hell's a leaf hooker?
Looker.
Oh,
Looking.
my bad.
Looking at leaves.
Like somebody who
Because I
just
live up
walks
here in the
around with a
mountains.
phone?
So we get people from all over to come up here and look at the beautiful scenery with the leaves. Like I lived in Daytona, so I went through bike week. I went through speed weeks. I go through spring break. All that stuff. There's nothing more than somebody coming up here in the mountains that don't know how to drive in the mountains and taking up all my damn time
I
driving.
just realized what you said about leaf looker. Now I get it. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, they come up. We got fall with the leaves change colors.
I'm picturing a new machine.
No, I'm talking about leaves on a tree. You
I
know,
got it.
you got a tree outside your house, right?
Yeah.
The leaves fall off. They
Yeah, I
come
gotta
off.
get that. Mhm.
Go out to your front yard and look. Don't come to my house.
I live in the mountains in Connecticut, and we've got the same thing. I live in the backwoods, kind of, and we get the people on the back roads driving 15 miles an hour. Oh, look at the
It
Get the fuck out of
drives
my
me
way.
crazy.
Yeah.
Is it an over 60
I'm,
thing?
I go,
No.
yeah, I go 60 miles an hour down this road right here, and you're driving 10 miles an hour looking at these leaves.
I just can't
I got
believe
places
have
to go.
less to do than that. Like I have nothing. There's
It must be nice to have that much free time.
all right, sweetie, let's go. Let's go for a
Right.
ride. Take a peek at the leaves. You know, it's one thing to admire the leaves when you're driving and you have actual destination, but you're actually saying, Mike, that these people are going out just for leaves.
Yes, and they're traveling just for leaves.
Yes.
They're coming from Florida. They're coming from other places just to look over here at leaves.
So, all right, second thing then. I'm going to see what kind of a big of an asshole you are. Do you go deer spotting?
Deer spotting, like, do I go look for my deer? Yes.
Yeah. I'm not talking about shooting them now. I'm just talking about going out at night with that freaking big ass light and just saying, hey,
Oh,
there's
no,
one right
no,
there.
no, no.
Okay,
No, I don't do that.
They're up the same level as the leaf lookers to me, except they're hunters, but they're going out at different times just to say, hey, there's one.
No, I'll go out like a couple of weeks before it's hunting season starts coming, looking around and seeing if they're around. I'll put my hunting cameras up and everything else.
You
That's
talking
right,
about spotlighting, Brad? Is that what you're talking about spotlighting?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had
he's
to
talking about
go. I've
spotlighting.
gone. Okay, I've gone. Western Pennsylvania,
that's
you go to
illegal.
things like that. It's terrible.
You ever gone
Terrible.
snipe hunting?
I've been 3 times and I never caught nothing.
Hey, Brad, you know that's illegal, right?
What, looking for deer?
Well, if you kill them with the spotlight, yeah.
I almost hit one the other day, but luckily that deer wised up, went the other direction.
Did it throw its hands up too? Whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
it
whoa.
stopped. It looked at me like this. It was like this. I'm like, and then went back the other way, which I don't need that on. I don't need that on my conscience.
It's
Anyway.
crazy.
Was that your,
I got
was
another
that your
one.
story today?
No, that's not my story. That's just a little pet peeve. And I got another one that started today. Is a damn teenager that has a cell phone that don't keep it charged, don't turn it on, and don't look at it.
Okay, that's most teenagers, Mike. What the
Yeah,
hell?
I
I was
got
gonna
one of
say, welcome
No,
to the club.
most teenagers are on it all the time. My kid,
Yeah.
I had to tell him to charge it, tell him to do this, and he's out of town right now at this little wrestling thing, and his phone's turned off. I don't know what time to pick him up.
Ooh.
I have the same issues. I have the same issues with my son. My daughters are fine. My son, but none of them charge anything. None of
No.
them. They're all at 9% battery at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, my two little ones, their tablets, they can't. Nope, they're always dead.
Yeah, and with the kids that are driving now with me, like I really need to have your phone needs to be charged because so yes, I'm that parent. We have what's called the Life 360 app on our kids.
I do
I got
too.
the
That's
same
thing.
why I didn't know where he's at.
As soon as that thing
Absolutely.
goes under 10%, yep, you get that notification. And guess what? If my daughter's out driving in the middle of nowhere, you know, if I can't get a hold of her, then it's 3%, 2%, and I start like scratching my face like this because I need to know. But the thing that's funny, Allison, you know, and all of you guys know, not you, Devin, because you're
Go.
as someone that we won't speak of on this show says, hang on to your rope. But as you all know, we didn't have anything.
No.
And they just said, we'll see you when you see you.
Yep.
I can't even imagine. Can't even
See you
imagine.
when it gets dark out. That's what
Yeah.
I got used to get.
I know, but when we were driving though,
Yeah.
no.
No.
It's whatever. You're home by 11. If you don't make it by 11, we'll just wait a little longer.
Yeah.
My parents used to say, if you're not going to be home by this time, just call us. Let us know if you're at somebody's house that you can call us. That was it.
I used to drive to Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh in a $700 car that I bought. It was an hour and a half from home, and nobody cared. This thing could have blown up at any time.
I grew up on Long Island. I used to take the Long Island Railroad into Manhattan at 13, 14.
Yeah.
By myself with my girlfriends or my bunch of friends. I tell that to people now and they're like, who was with you? Nobody. It's what we did.
But now we can't deal with an uncharged phone.
Good Lord, no.
My mom had
Crazy.
one rule. It was to let her know where I was staying that night. And then it was to let her know when I got there.
This is 5 years ago.
It's like 10 years ago. I graduated 8 years ago now.
For me, it was 30 something. So yeah, a little different.
Yeah, Devin.
Devin, you weren't even alive. So yeah.
No,
We still
as
had
we
these
always
iPhones
say,
when I was
I'm older than his
graduating.
parents.
I do
So-
want to touch on your talking to your wife segment though, Brad, because you got to be a lot nicer with her on that. Erica did the same thing, tried to talk to me during MJF speaking. It's just like, listen. I paused it real quick. I said, it's MJF. This is the only guy that I care about speaking right now. So just wait till he's done.
And you know what's funny, Devin? I paused it 3 times and just did that like.
I do the same thing.
Oh my God.
Take the hint.
That does the same thing to me. Bray Wyatt comes on. Only thing that's really interesting biggest thing interesting right now. Let's come have a conversation.
Yeah.
I pause it, just look.
I have
They
to
don't
pause and
care.
rewind his shit anyway, because it takes me 3 times to hear it to understand it.
But yeah, they don't.
You got to pay
they don't
attention.
care.
You have to pay attention to his stuff.
I have to listen to
don't
it
care.
3 times for me to understand it.
Nobody cares. They think it's stupid. Even though if you try to talk to her during the Law and Order, she's seen 15 times. Good luck there.
Or This Is Us, right?
Oh well, that's a good show.
Neither of them are talking
That's
during
a
that.
high
Good corner
quality
with
show.
that one.
I can't wait for syndication on that one. Right, we'll start all over.
Oh God.
Look at this. Cheers! You came to see my. You came to see I'm turning off the camera. We're gonna see.
Here's some
folded
Houdini
laundry.
shit right now, Brad.
We're gonna do folded laundry today in the back, because I can't deal with what this is. Anyway, back to you, James. I don't know what happened there.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we don't want that.
Oh. Well, yeah. I like how it's kind of the same thing twice in a row on this. So what's today's agenda there? Brad and Mike again? Hey!
All right, I'll start, Mike. So,
Well,
Allison,
I thought I had a topic.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
how many topics do you get?
I was going after yours.
Go
I was
ahead.
running on you.
Go ahead. I mean,
Well,
your show.
mine ain't too big, but
Well, she
I
said-
seen, we just
Yeah.
had
Gosh, look at this
Well, we-
light.
see, it's good. You got a little thing above your head. Still can't see it. But we just had a crown jewel, and there's been a lot of things going on about people saying we should go, they shouldn't go, all this other stuff. What do y'all think? Y'all think they should go to Saudi Arabia? Shouldn't go?
Why not?
You okay
Why
with
not?
it?
Sure, why not?
It's a
How long
business.
do
Okay.
they have on the contract?
It's a
They-
business.
Yeah, they got a couple left. But as of right now, I think they've had, 6, 7, 8
Eight.
shows?
And that was their 8th show.
8 shows, and they have made double the money than every single WrestleMania to date, just by those 8 shows. So business-wise, I think it's a great idea for them to go.
That's a
Absolutely.
lot of money.
All right, well, let's piggyback off that then. What do you think?
I think
about,
it's like
What do you think about
$400
them-
million is what they've made so far.
Well, what do you think about them putting Logan Paul in the main event?
It brought them people. This right here has been the biggest one,
Hell
I
of a
think it was a
match.
good business move.
and it was a good business. And he can wrestle.
The kid's
It'd been
good.
different. It would have
good.
been different if it was somebody else that couldn't really do it, or you know, keep them in a tag team match. But he
just
proved
like they did
himself
with
that he can win.
Yeah, just like they did with Bad Bunny, you brought in new eyes to the product.
Exactly.
It was successful. Absolutely.
And so is this one.
Yeah. I thought it was great.
Okay.
We have beaten this to
that was my
death,
little
Mike,
topic.
so I appreciate you bringing up a topic that we've literally talked about the last 3 weeks. But
Your fucking light is tripping me out, dude.
I can't deal. I don't know what's going on.
It's like you got makeup on or something today.
You think it's because we changed the clocks back and it's so no, because we've done this at night before. What the fuck am I talking?
Oh, that's another thing. It's freaking at 6 o'clock. It's damn pitch dark out.
You're lucky that it's 6 o'clock.
Like-
For me, it's 5 o'clock.
Oh, I can't stand it. I get off work at like 4 or 5 o'clock. I got stuff to do when I get home.
Great.
Drives me crazy.
Yeah,
As Adam Simmons would say, this is enthralling, guys.
Oh, coming from Mr. Shit Show himself. Yeah.
What'd you
And now back to James.
say?
All right. Well, yep. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, hey, what's on today's agenda?
All
Right,
right.
Mike, right back to you.
Today we're going to be talking about two WCW Cruiserweight title. We're going to be covering the Cruiserweight title, and we'll be covering 2 matches. And Mike, Wordsmith himself, is going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the Cruiserweight title. So, Mike, as James would say, take it away.
No, thank you very much, Brad. Well, the WCW Cruiserweight title was first known as the light heavyweight title back in 1991. However, Brad Armstrong had to forfeit it in 1992 due to injury, and it was inactive until 1996. That's when WCW would have a tournament to crown their first WCW Cruiserweight title. The final match was Shinjai, Ohio, somebody. Correct me
Yeah,
if
it's
I'm wrong.
Cleveland's there. Cleveland's there. Mhm.
Yeah. And he defeated Wild Purges, which is also known as Chris Benoit.
Duh.
Yeah. It was later renamed the WWF Cruiserweight title after the sale of WCW in 2001. In 2002, it became a SmackDown-only title. After the first draft, on September 28, 2007, it was vacated with the last champion being Hornswoggle. In 2016, WWE would introduce a new Cruiserweight title, but it did not carry the lineage of the old WCW title. So it's brand new, swipe clean. Gregory Helms, was the longest reigning champion at 365 days. Psychosis had the shortest range with 1 hour, and Rey Mysterio held it the most with 8 wins. There were 3 women that held the title: Madusa, Daphne, and Jacqueline. Some other names who held it was Dean Malenko, Ultimate Dragon, Six, Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, Kidman, Lance Storm, and many others.
So, question: did you say that it was ended in 1997?
No.
Oh, okay. What did
What
you
the
say?
hell is the lineage?
Whatever. That's what it said on that.
They're not as big as tigers.
Yeah. The history. It did not repeat the history of it.
Oh, lineage. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, lineage. That's
My
right.
bad.
Sorry.
I
My bad.
thought
Such
you
an
said
ass,
that it
Adam.
ended in 97, which got confused to me since these matches are from 98 and 99.
No, I said it started in 96.
Okay, perfect. I guess I wasn't listening.
I said it was September 07. It was 2007 it was vacated.
Vacated.
Yeah, Swoggle being the last one.
Not ended, vacated, as in someone
Vacated.
took it away. Okay. See?
Vince McMahon's son.
That ruined the lineage.
Yeah, I like circles anyway.
No, what the fuck? Whatever.
Hey, that's my thing. Wait a minute. He's still my
Fucking
kid.
ghost, right?
One into it.
You're completely out of lineage right now.
Anyway, I guess Mike wanted to say back to you, James.
Oh yeah, back to you, James.
So it appears that we're talking about the Cruiserweight Championship on episode 30. Be professional. I guess it's time to get to the first match then. Well, what is that match, you ask? My goodness. It is Dean Malenko versus Chris Jericho from WCW Thunder. Yeah. February 19th, 1998, from the Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center in Birmingham, Alabama.
Right down the road, baby.
Right down the road indeed. Had a match length of 6 minutes, and that's pretty much all I got. I couldn't find the Meltzer rating. Didn't really look that hard though, you know. And yeah.
Everyone listening, we don't give a shit.
I ain't
121, folks. We are 121 on Apple Podcasts because of these details. Continue.
Right. If it ain't on the first website, I ain't looking at the second. You know what I'm saying?
That's my kind of research right there, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
121.
Alabama research.
But that's enough about that. So, Devin, how did we get here?
Yeah, I can't fucking wait to hear it, Devin. On this.
All right. So
I drove down to 759 to 59. That's probably how they got there.
Yeah, Devin,
That's
how I get
tell us
there.
about the build on this episode of Thunder.
all right, Chris Jericho and Dean Malenko and the Cruiserweight Championship. They have a great feud and a great history, but we're not talking about that. This is months before that when Chris Jericho was actually in a feud with Juventud Guerrera about Juventud's mask versus the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. So this was just a random Thunder that earlier in the night, Juventud had a match. Chris Jericho came out and beat the crap out of him after the match. And then Dean Malenko had to face Chris Jericho later in the show. And we didn't see Juventud again.
Don't you
There
call
it is.
Birmingham's Thunder a random show? How dare you?
I call any Thunder a random show, but
I
I
call
was
anything in Birmingham a random show.
so excited to hear what Devin had to say on that build because he begged me to do it. There you go. I mean, what kind of build is there going to be on a Thunder? And for those of you at home that don't get the joke, Thunder was definitely the B show on a weekly series. So what I'm getting at, there really
It was
isn't a
the
lot of
C
build.
show.
There really isn't a lot of build to weekly episodic matches. You know, the matches that are weekly. More of a pay-per-view, you would have more of a build. So that's all I'm getting at here. The B show with the build. Anyway,
Didn't Thunder just start like 6-7 episodes?
they only did what 3 years total.
Yeah, but this is the first year only like the 6-7 episode total.
It was 98. Yeah, 98 it started for sure. Started not long after whatever. Who knows?
It's even
I'm not
worse.
gonna say something I'm gonna get tore up from freaking Bobert again. Anyway, I'm not just in bad with Amy. I'm in bad with Bobert now too. So and I'm sure I'm in bad with Top Guy Eddie too, which is a blessing. So anyway, Allison, why did we pick this match today?
So there were two reasons, and it's not because it was in Birmingham, Alabama.
I don't believe it at all.
Oh my God.
That's exactly why.
No, it's not. So I'm trying to remember what I told you earlier so I can remember.
Because of what he said at the beginning.
Oh, right. So it was the first thing was I loved his first line, what he said when he got into the ring. Do any of you remember what that was? It was a Cheap Trick line.
Yeah.
Should have wrote down.
It was the title of a song. I Want You to Want Me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He said it and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
popped. I was like, that is awesome. I was like, that's fantastic. And if anybody gets it, I'd be
Then
thrilled.
Shivani
But
says it's Peter Frampton, which I thought was hilarious.
and the other was
Jericho
Hello?
or Shivani, I'm talking here.
This is in Birmingham.
it's not Birmingham. Get over yourself. What do I love, guys? What's my thing?
Hair.
Hair.
His
Okay.
hair was fabulous. His hair was on point that night.
It was.
So that's literally it. That's why I chose it.
All right.
It wasn't a bad match. It was pretty good. I'm gonna admit this. Cruiserweight and WCW is not my thing. So
That's why we picked you to be on.
yeah, so it was good to watch. It was fun to watch. I enjoyed the match. So that's why this was my good match to watch.
You know, it's funny because we had Amy on the one time when we were on our women's series, and we
Mhm.
actually talked about like the Divas era, which is probably her least favorite era in the world. So we do that. We do that.
Sure. No, and that's
Fresh.
And
fine.
she spent
That's
over 3
professional.
hours talking to us about it.
Yeah, could you imagine if we wanted to talk about if she wanted to talk about what she wanted to talk like WCCW Precious versus Sunshine? I mean, we would be here. We'd still be on. We'd be in our 87th timeout by now. Anyway,
Speaking of that, shout out to the
Episode
Pondwater
26.6.
Dave show. Shout
That's
out to
right.
them.
Dropped,
yeah, it started last week at this.
dropped
while it
last
aired.
Friday.
Yeah, it dropped last Friday. So yeah, we always support our peeps. All of them.
Pondwater Dave, Justin, and Amy. Shout out to them.
Shout out. I mean, she only talked about it for 40 minutes
Well,
last week.
if
We're
we,
good.
I mean, we gotta thank Riffing It Up, RJ and Brian, for
That's
putting our
right.
ad out there for us.
Absolutely.
Okay, we have an outline, guys. Let's all just take a step back. Okay, we're just
Go back to
starting the episode.
So I'm sorry we had a lineage. My bad.
Yeah, I know.
Shout
So
out.
Jericho entrance with the goatee. Mike, what'd you think of his the Jericho look here besides his hair on the top?
It was good. It was an old Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Wasn't like his WWE debut, but it's close.
I thought it was pretty good too. You have Shivani, you have him get in the ring, he gets on the mic, and he says, Shivani, I'm talking here. When Jericho gets on the mic, which I thought was pretty good. Then he was talking about Juventud Guerrero. He recently, he being Jericho, brought Juventud to AEW. Adam, are you a Hoovy fan?
Oh yeah, Hoovy juice all the way, baby.
Great. Way to
Give me that Hoovy juice. I'll take it.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm with you, Hoovy Juice.
Juventud, the Psychosis, and Rey Mysterio are my three favorite luchadors or guys from Mexico back in WCW.
All right, I got a second question for you now, because Dean Malenko's entrance comes in. Nothing special really to talk about there, because Dean was more of just a straight up wrestler, didn't have like any kind of gimmicky thing going. But he
He didn't
was
have no personality.
The man of 1,000
All he
holds.
did was
Who's talking about
just
gimmick?
rotate his wrist. Is this the whole time?
The man of 1,000 holds.
However, he was number one PSI top 500, Pro Wrestling Illustrated top 500 one year. How much stock, Adam, do you put into that? And what do you think of that magazine overall?
So who runs that magazine? Is it-
I don't know. You tell
What's
me.
his name, James?
What the fuck you doing?
Another the PWI is that
Yeah.
Meltzer's?
Hey,
That's
Tyler,
exactly.
can you get on this for us? Let us
Exactly.
know who this is.
Gotcha.
Well, that's how
like
much stock I
said,
put into
outstanding research. Tyler, fucking up with the notes, bud.
Yeah, I
Gotta
mean,
fix
I'm-
this.
I thought we fired that kid.
no, we just started with him, but he's not,
Yeah.
he doesn't can't really fire someone that doesn't get paid. Well, we know
Gotta
that.
get your intern behind you.
But so far, no good, Tyler.
I mean, I don't put a lot of stock into it, but Dean Malenko was a good wrestler. He was one of them guys that you could just say, hey, go out there with anybody, you're just going to get a good match anytime.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Do you think it was a mistake putting him on? Because it is a magazine you're trying to sell. Do you think it was a mistake making him number one?
No, I don't think so because he can hold his own in the ring.
Let me ask you a question.
That's why he's a coach now.
You get that magazine, you put it on a rack, right? And I don't mean that kind of rack, Adam. So slow down. All right. You put it on a magazine rack in the 90s, and you have one that has Stone Cold Steve Austin on it from the year before, and then next to it you have Dean Malenko. Which one are you buying? Regular person, not you.
Was it Stunning Steve back then or was it Stone Cold back then?
1998 Steve Austin. Okay, here we go. He had a catchphrase.
I'd buy both of them.
Okay, but what a lot like a regular
I'd buy
fan. Like
Steve Austin.
Honestly, I'd get Malenko because that was my style of wrestling back when I was
the
training back
answer
then.
is Steve Austin.
I was training back
It's
then,
Steve
so I'd pick that one.
The casual fan is going to buy Steve
No,
Austin
you
over
get
Dean
that
Malenko.
one because you would think it was a misprint, and you'd get that one because might be worth money later on because it would never happen again.
Shout out to Mr. Apter. I stole that from him, that whole conversation. Anyway,
Wow.
James,
Gimmick
who are the
infringement.
announcers today?
Huh?
Who are the announcers, James?
Oh, well, we got Bobby Heenan. I see at the desk we had Lee Marshall. Here a lot of today, it felt like. And then our boy, Tony Schiavone.
Great. A crew indeed. A crew indeed.
Crew indeed.
Jericho wearing the belt in the match. Devin, what did you think of this?
I loved it, honestly. I think he wore it until he couldn't anymore. And I don't know, it's fun gimmick.
The Mike Tenay line was funny. He even went across the street through the restaurant and while he was eating, told the waitress she could touch it instead of getting a tip.
And then
Yeah.
he said something about, I told him to touch a belt too, or something
And
like
instead, I
that.
told him to do it too.
If I was a champion, I'd wear that everywhere.
Well, it's funny that they tell that story about Jericho and he literally leaves the AEW belt at Longhorn Steakhouse.
Yeah, if he'd been wearing it, he wouldn't have lost it.
This is a Longhorn
Exactly.
Steakhouse. So this match is very technically athletic early. Mike, are you a Malenko fan? I know we're all Jericho fans here, but Mike, are you a Malenko fan?
Yes and no. I like his ring work, but that's all that's what he had. I was more of a entertainer. So I do like promos. I do like him coming out entertaining the crowd, and he was never there for me on that.
So having said that,
well, Dean Malenko's more the type you'd be a fan of him now, though. But like when you're younger, you don't appreciate him. But when you look back on him, you're like, damn, he really was good. Then you appreciate him more or less than you would back then compared to now, I think.
Right, because I mean, back then I was, Austin, I was Rock.
Yeah, like Mysterio and all these guys. Yeah.
Even now, I like the segments sometimes better than the wrestling, depending on who's wrestling. Like I enjoy the segments on it.
You appreciate it more when you go back and watch it now.
So funny thing is, though, that Bischoff's a lot like you, Mike. More of a fan of the entertainment factor, not the wrestling. Yet he is a huge Dean Malenko fan. Does that surprise you?
Not really, because like I said, he had great ring work.
Okay.
So I mean, if you want to be entertained in the ring stuff, I mean, he would give it to you, and he could go with Jericho, he could go with Mysterio, he could go with Huey, he could go with them all.
He was a good hand. He was a hell of a hand.
Hell of a hand.
Yes.
Allison,
he was definitely good for one of those ones to put everybody else over.
Allison, they keep talking about the mask of Juventud Guerrero here. Do you like the Lucha Libre style, and do you like the mask on him?
100%. I love Lucha Libre style. Big fan. Huge fan. I have a few.
Who's your favorite
masks
Lucha
myself.
Libre wrestler? Who's your favorite? You're not allowed to say Mysterio. You're not allowed to say Eddie Guerrero.
No. I'm trying to think about the masks that I have.
Mr. Wrestler number 2.
No.
Sin Cara.
God, I'm so bad with the names. I gotta
El
think about
Generico.
Oh, here we
crazy.
go. Here we go.
Super crazy.
You know what? Take
I
your time.
like oh god. Is Psycho Clown from Lucha Libre?
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Nah,
From
he's
Triple
more or
A.
less-
Is that right?
he's more or less a brawler.
Sounds like it would be.
No, I'm trying to think of the mask.
You talking about Barker?
I watch more of the AAA stuff
Okay.
now. So I like Hamburguesa and Mommy. They're a tag team. Do you guys watch that at all?
I watched that Triple Mania with you guys. but-
Yo soy gordo.
So this is
I like hamburguesas.
I just searched
I'm gonna
Sammy
call
and
them
Ty's
a
title
larger
defenses.
tag team. They're a plus size tag team. It's an intergender tag team. It's a guy and a girl. They're fantastic.
Nice.
But what was the second part of your question?
I'm sure it wasn't important.
Okay.
Your favorite luchador.
I think you answered it. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding around. I think you answered it. So we have a great suplex by Jericho. Adam, how obvious is it that these two like working together?
Oh, you can tell by how smooth they are. I mean, there's hardly no talking in the ring, and it just seems like everything they do is flawless. I mean, from the whiplash he does into the turnbuckle to transitioning into different moves, you can just tell they're used to it. They probably wrestled in Mexico, Japan, everywhere together.
Perfect.
That
Devin,
makes the best matches.
Jericho is clearly cocky here with what he says and how he pins. What do you think of this version with him, and is it your favorite version?
This is my favorite Chris Jericho. When I was born, I was loving this era of Chris Jericho. So he's
When you
just
were
that
4?
cocky. I was
No.
born. Like I just
I
like
was saying when you were 4.
like I've told you guys before, I grew up on VHS tapes. So when I was younger, I had a bunch of VHS tapes and nitros and just loved this era of Chris Jericho. The cocky, arrogant, like I've said
The
earlier.
crybaby version hitting the chair against the side of the ring post and stuff.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
later in his feud with Malenko, the 104 list.
I love the
Thousands more.
pin. The pin is my favorite with the foot. I love that. But
I
all right,
do
so
as well.
you sent me something here, Devin. And I'm just gonna say it because this is in your notes.
Okay.
Holy shit, that's what Tony the Tiger looks like. That says it all, my friend. That says it all.
Shout
All right.
out 1-800-COLLECT on the road, whatever. Hell of a
All
segment,
right.
old Lee
So
Marvin.
there was two Tonys on commentary: Tony Schiavone and Tony the Tiger.
So
There
chops
it
in the corner, chops in the corner by Jericho. This is still early in the career of Jericho. What do you think of the crowd here reacting to him, James?
I mean, they booed him a lot, and they said Jericho sucks or whatever was that one chant in the middle of it, or something like that.
Birmingham crowds they're terrible. They don't get into any of it.
I didn't say they didn't get into it. I just wanted to hear what James thought.
Yeah. Well, Jericho good at the heel, I guess. I've always liked Dean Malenko. I was a big Dean Malenko fan back then too. So
And he's
I
still
was
doing it
definitely
today.
pro Malenko. And then Schiavone called Jericho a whiner when he came out and all that stuff. Like he was good at the heel stuff. He had that top hair shit.
It is crazy seeing Dean Malenko where he is now compared to where Jericho is now. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just how both of their paths just went totally opposite directions. It's crazy to think that you wouldn't think back in 96, 97, Jericho would still be wrestling now.
Do you
And not
think it
Dean
was
Malenko.
not enough charisma for Vince McMahon?
100%.
Too small.
I think that's, yeah, I do. Like I said, his entertainment value, his, he couldn't, he didn't have that much of good promos or anything else
If
like
he'd
that.
been
He couldn't bring
6'4",
that.
he could have got by with it, but since he wasn't.
I put Dean Malenko in the same category as like Lance Storm. Like great in-ring wrestler, but couldn't get over as a character with the WWE crowd.
But Lance Storm was the shit champion.
He was the good tag team champ. He was a good tag team too, though.
And a hell of a handsome fella. All right. Anyway, Allison, what do you think of the orange tights on Jericho here? Speaking of handsome,
So I, believe it or not, do like them.
I like them too.
I am a fan of them. I was at first when I saw him come out, I'm like, and then I was like, no, it works. Totally works.
Good. So Jericho misses the lion salt. Malenko counters. Jericho out of the ring. They're trading shots to the head in the ring. Crowd going nuts for the Texas Cloverleaf. Allison, do you think this move hurts? Because we sure as hell know Adam won't answer me here.
I say yes. I say yes, it hurt.
Oh yeah.
Devin, you never mind.
I got a
Devin.
question for that one. How
Okay.
come we don't see a lot of it today?
What?
Who does the Texas Cloverleaf today?
Well, I would say the
No.
closest thing would be Sheamus's Cloverleaf.
Sheamus
right?
has a little thing, but how often does he do it?
Not lately at all.
And a finishing hold
Yeah.
like that, like to see because the crowd
That-
was going nuts.
I think it's a great move. I like the look of it and everything. But you
But I
don't see a
wanted to
lot
ask
of it.
you- But I wanted to know if you like that or did you like all the reversals better? What is that behind you? Mike, what is that behind you?
The cat.
Oh man, I'll tell you, I thought that was a ferret or something. That thing, that little head.
I wish. I hate this fucking cat.
You're not watching the video version. Please do. You can see Mike Quincy behind his head. Okay. What do you got, Mike? So reversals, yes, no?
Who are you talking to me?
I like the reversals since Mike don't want to answer it.
I thought you were talking to Allison. My
I would have
bad.
said her name.
Reversals. Yes, I like the reversals.
I
Like
agree. Thank God
back
that's
and
over.
forth, back and forth. Yes, I liked it. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right, buddy. I'm just messing with you. Lion
I ain't
Tamer
a
by
beer.
Jericho. Adam, how is this different than the Cloverleaf?
Because if you watch his knee placement, because the way he sits, he doesn't crouch down all the way. He more or less keeps raised up and puts the knee in the back of the head or in the back.
I was curious. It looked pretty close to me.
But
So-
he don't go all the way down. If you'll compare the two, a lot of them will go all the way down and squat. Jericho don't really squat. He stands up and leans back, puts the knee to the back of the head.
So Devin, by the way, how many Thunders have you watched before this one?
So I found out this was like my third Thunder that I've ever watched.
Oh, you asshole! These notes make no sense.
Well, that line didn't, because then I was like, wait a minute. I think that I watched one that it was DDP versus Chris Jericho for the title. So
Fucking
then I
Tyler.
went through and looked, and it was.
This is what you
but-
get for making notes early. I got these notes 2 days ago. Usually I get them at 5:30 tonight.
I know.
I got them 2 days ago. I knew they had to be wrong.
I tried
You didn't
to.
call Tyler, did you?
I tried to be prepared. Yeah, this is freaking Tyler's fault. I sent him a second revised sheet of notes. He must not have got it.
Probably in bed, that stupid kid.
Right?
He's off to
Probably
a rough
out
start.
doping. Them kids just doping these days.
Yeah, they drinking that dope.
Anyway, the replay is brought to you by Snickers.
Fuck yeah.
Did y'all notice Chris Jericho had the same music as he did in WWE? How strange is that?
That is weird.
Golly, it's like they knew what was going to happen in the future or something.
Anybody have anything else they want to add to this match, Allison?
I do.
All right.
I do. Did y'all see what happened at the very end after the match is over? What happened with Chris Jericho? He fell out of the ring.
I missed that.
You didn't see that part?
I
He
did
went to
see
step
that, yeah.
outside and he just kind of like threw himself outside the ring. It was. I rewound it just to see that part again.
Yeah, because then the ref jump out, like help him up.
Yeah, he jumped him out. Yeah, it's like he missed a step and fell like down the steps or something. It was great.
So Brian Haremza did have a question. It's not a question. He just wanted to make fun of us for picking this match. He said, of all the classic Jericho and Dean matches, you choose this one. How do you skip Slamboree 98? Dean winning the Battle Royal in disguise and winning the title. Now that's a match you should have covered.
Right.
Sorry, Brian.
Once we fire, listen. So
Because
when we
everybody
fire
knows that
Tyler,
match.
you'll be the next one on to tell us where we need to go.
I'll tell you this. I promise you these two matches haven't been covered very often.
Yeah,
That's why we picked him.
There you go.
because we don't remember every match back in '97 and '95 and '96.
We'll make
don't
you
do
watch
that.
them, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we are. We have to be a little different. As Cabana Man Dan said, we ask very different questions in both wrestling podcasts. Well, I believe that for sure because we just say whatever the hell we want. Shout out to Cabana Man Dan. My shirt came in. I gave it to my wife to put under the tree for Christmas.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. Good idea.
Yeah.
Here, you
That's
got
what I
blue
want.
shirt.
I also bought that book by Gewirtz. I told her to put that under the tree too. She said, "Stop buying yourself gifts. There's no more drawers for wrestling shirts. I have 37."
I think I got 20, 25, 26.
Yeah.
I think I have you both beat, so sorry.
I believe it.
I wear them. I wear them out. I don't care what anybody says. Anyway, I think we've done what we need to do on that one. Back to you, James.
Hell yeah. Enthralling stuff, great way to kick off our cruiserweight, title, or heavyweight cruiser, whatever. Great way to kick it off, firing on all cylinders for sure. Speaking of firing on all cylinders, can't wait for fucking this one. Devin, you're up, man. So what you got?
All right. So, do you guys know how there's the new biopic, The Iron Claw, starring Zac Efron?
Yes.
Well, just recently, newly acquired to the cast is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. So I was just kind of wondering, what are some other you guys' favorite wrestlers in movie cameos?
So is it cameo or can they?
Yeah,
have
like MJF, he's
song?
not gonna have a huge role. He's gonna play Lance, the kayfabe son. So he's not gonna have a huge role in the show. So what's some of your favorite cameos? Some
So I got
guys that
one.
haven't had
I got
a huge
one real
role.
quick while everybody Googles it. I got one real quick. Wait, Allison, go ahead. You ready?
Oh no, I was putting my hands up so you could see I wasn't Googling.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't. You looked really excited. And I didn't want to
No,
step
no.
on that. Recently, my wife and I watched Big Sky. It's like a drama series. It takes place somewhere.
I seen it.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. It's all over the place, but wow, all of a sudden I'm gonna have a brain fart on whose name it is. Holy shit, Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal's in it, and he's like a bodyguard kind of for the like they're a wealthy Indian family, and he's the bodyguard. And he does a really good job in it, and he's real believable. And he's a huge man. I know these guys. We know they're big, and we always talk about like Scott. Everybody says Scott Hall's so deceivingly big, but because he was always standing next to a 7-foot guy, but yeah, he is a huge man. Anyway, he played a real good part, and I really enjoyed him in it. He
Skips the leg day a bunch. I know that much.
he's no longer on the show, but he was probably on for a season, and I really enjoyed it. You saw it? You saw it there, Mike?
Well, I seen Big Sky. I watched like the first. I know I watched the first season, some of the second season.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just threw me off. And
Yeah, it's all over the place for sure, but I kind of like that. I have that attention deficit.
yeah,
So
but I did like the first season. I was hooked on it, and then missed a couple episodes and kind of never got back
The
up.
beauty of now is you can always pick it back up. So, but anyway, yeah, that's my answer.
It's on DVR.
Yeah,
That's
we all
cool.
got it.
That's a show I've never even heard of.
Yeah, you
So
would.
that's
You're a
cool.
little. It's more of an older person show, Devin. You know, for
Older
couples
person.
or just older adults in general.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, maybe in 10 years I'll check it out.
Oh my
There
god.
you go. I do have an answer to
Anyone
your
else?
question, though, Devin.
Yeah, you go, Mike.
The Big Show and Jingle All the Way.
Yes.
I've seen that one.
That's the first one that came to my mind about a cameo. I could think of, several movies, but cameo was Big Show and Jingle All the Way.
That's good.
And
You know
him
what else
fighting
he was
Arnold
in as a cameo?
Schwarzenegger.
You know what his other cameo, right?
Which one?
He was in.
What, Captain Insano?
Yeah.
Oh, Captain Insano. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
brain fart. Yeah, from that one.
Waterboy.
Waterboy. Holy shit, dude.
Which rumor has it, Captain Insano might be making an AEW debut here pretty
We've
soon.
been hearing that for 2 years.
He's taking time. He's
I know.
coming at
Didn't
the
they
perfect time.
didn't they take the name? Didn't they patent the name like 2 years ago?
Yeah, they bought the
No.
copyright to it.
Yeah.
This was just like a couple months ago.
Yeah, you just read it 2 months ago because you're in. You're yeah, next.
Jeez.
So
Georgia.
I don't know if mine's really a cameo, but I mean mine's old school. It's Hulk Hogan and Rocky 3. So
All right. I
Wow,
love
it.
that one.
A cameo.
yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Thunderlips, the ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball.
So what about Suburban
Throws
Commando?
Rocky out of the ring.
Would you say there, Adam?
Suburban Commando, The Undertaker.
Yeah, that's definitely.
It's a good one.
So that leaves only one of us left, James. You got nothing.
The body was in a Predator. It really wasn't a cameo though. He's a character.
I got a
That
cameo.
Dwayne
with him.
Johnson fella's been doing a lot of good Hollywood cameos, but he's got like
I
extended
heard he ever beat.
full feature cameos.
So funny about you said
I
cameo.
do know Alexa
Yes.
Bliss is about to be in something.
Yeah.
But Morgan got killed by Chucky.
Alexa, Alexa, yeah, she got killed by Chucky. That works. Alexa Bliss is in just filmed some movie. I don't know which one. I can't remember.
I will
But
buy
I'm
a
definitely
ticket to
watching.
It's a movie that's going in your mind all the time.
that. Goldberg made a couple cameos in some movies, I think. Couldn't remember any of them.
He made
He was-
he made cameos in Goldberg's the show.
Whoopi
He's
Goldberg.
a gym coach. I love that show.
But what about Jesse the Body's cameo in Major League 2? You guys remember that? Major League 2?
Love
There
that
was
movie.
the movie inside of the movie with Willie Mays Hayes. He
Yeah.
was in the movie with him. That's funny.
I like
random.
Quaid being that fan. Wild thing, you make my butt sting. I did that. When they're like sucking,
Yeah,
they're
I
all
don't
just
hate.
like booing the shit out of him.
I
Bob
don't
Ueber's in there just getting tanked.
Yeah, part 2's not that bad.
I like the second one's one of my. I mean, the first one's really, really good, but I think that second one's a perfect sequel to it.
I think people give the second one a hard time because it wasn't R-rated.
I
They
like
clean-
both of them.
They cleaned it up a little bit. So what?
What?
Just want to laugh.
Great movie. I like that.
Good
movie.
job, Devin.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
job, pal. What's yours? Did you say someone else, or you already did it? Right?
I got a couple of them.
Oh,
like
great.
Macho Man Randy Savage and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a
Spider-Man
good
in
one.
the steel cage.
Spider-Man
Love
whooped his
that one.
ass.
Then that's true. You end up winning somehow.
Yeah.
But
He was
and then
Bonesaw.
I had wrote down the one Allison already said, Hulk Hogan in Rocky 3. I love that one. And then everyone loves this one, Kimberly Page in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Hell yeah.
Don't forget
True.
about Edge and Highlander.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
I like Kimberly Page's other appearance in something else, but that's another show.
Yeah. And your mind.
It's the adult version.
Yeah,
All right,
this
but-
is strictly for the children.
Yeah, that was just my
Yeah.
topic this week. So back to you, James.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Well, that was a box office stuff right there, Devin. Up next, though, we got Adam. Adam, what you got?
Where'd you
I
go
wanna
this
go-
week?
Well, I want to go behind the scenes, and I spoke with Brad about this about 2 weeks ago. My son, 13 years old now, after his basketball game last week, his dad, come to, see me after the game. I wait on her to come out of the locker room. And he's kind of, it's my sister, me, my mom, and my little nephew, my 2-year-old nephew was with us. And he kind of looks towards my mom, and I look at him, and I said, boy, the hell's that on your neck? Got his first hickey on his damn neck.
Yeah.
But he lied about it. He said, oh, some girl thumped me in my neck. I was like, all right, that's fine. So he messaged me later, and he said, Dad, I'm sorry. That's not what happened. And he told me. And I said, boy, don't be stupid. Put us on where nobody can see it.
Yeah.
That was the dad in me told him, don't do it again. The little buddy in me says, go under the shirt next time. Don't let your mom see that. God.
So yeah, Adam told me that story a couple weeks ago, and I at first I thought, well, how did you not know? But there is a part of you, and my son went through this. He's 16 now. He went through.
It was real tiny. There wasn't one. It wasn't a big old. I mean, it was just like just real freaking. I mean, I'm talking about just tiny. So
I get it.
It was passable, as what he said.
It's passable anyway, because you believe your kid that never did anything like that before. Like, God, no way they're that old. Wait a minute. Yeah, like, okay, I guess it is possible, but it just doesn't, it throws you, because it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I feel like it comes out of nowhere. Like it goes from like this little kid to, you should see the picture of my son from when he was 13 at the beginning of the year, and then or beginning of 7th grade to the end of 7th grade. One day I'll show all of you, because I mean, it is a completely different person.
I'll do the same thing.
Oh, yeah. I got a 15-year-old. I went through that.
But you can only tell on pictures. Like if you're there, you see the
you don't see it every day.
You don't see it. It happens to my son every time he goes to his mom's for the summer, and he leaves, and then I don't see him for 3 months or 2 months, whatever it is, when they're down there. He comes back and I'm like, holy shit. And she's the same way. Like when she comes to pick him up, she's like, damn kid, like what the hell happened to you?
Hey.
I growed up a little bit.
Yeah, I remember with my son, I remember we talked pretty regular, and that one day I called him and he's like, hello. I'm like,
yeah,
where's my son? This is me, Dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got the voice deeper than mine now. It's crazy.
Yeah, that deep voice comes out of nowhere too. It's
yeah.
Like, especially when they talk to their friends on the street or something, their voice gets deeper.
Or that your little girlfriend of his, yeah.
Oh, so that's a girlfriend now.
No, yeah, he's got a little girlfriend.
It's only gonna get worse now.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, but see, what got me was when I asked him what it was, he thought of something else so quick. That's what bothered me.
I know that bothered you, but I get it. I get why he lied.
Well, I know why, because he's in front of my mom and my sister. My mom's a big, Christian lady. Anytime the door's open, they're there. I understand wanting not to say that in front of her, but I took him home after the game. He could have told me after the game, like, hey, Dad, look, this is what happened. He could have told me when we was one-on-one, but he didn't tell me.
You should have asked him in the car.
Too.
You should have been like, so
yeah,
what
but he
really
didn't
is
think,
that?
But he didn't think it was anything different in the car.
Yeah, we was talking about the game and other stuff. He probably didn't even think about it again.
See, that's kind of relationship I try to have with my son. Even my nephews, when they were younger, y'all gonna go out, y'all like when they were especially 18, 17, 18, 19. I know y'all gonna go out and drink and everything else. Come here to the house. Let's have a little bonfire. You can do it here, and you're staying here. I'd much rather you do like you don't want to do it in front of your parents. Cool. I'll come out there and have a beer with you. You do it here, and you stay here. You're not out there driving around. You're not out there doing the shit because you're gonna do it. So I'd rather you do it here instead of out there riding around and everything.
And that's the
kind of relationship I try to have with them.
She can come to me about anything. She's first. I was the first one she told of about her new boyfriend, whatever. And he's a nice kid, met him, nice kid. But I told my son, I said, look, you can tell me anything. He said, well, I was just worried you might make me break up with her. I said, no, you lying to me is the first thing that will make me want you to break up with her. Because if you're lying to me all of a sudden, I'm going to feel like she's influencing it. So that's the one way that will make me get you to stay away from her. But when he called me and apologized, he was bawling. He said, Dad, I feel like I disappointed you. He really, I didn't have to punish him because that was punishment enough for 2 days. He cried for 2 days because he knew he messed up.
Yep.
So,
yep. That's my two biggest things for mine is don't lie to me and don't steal from me.
Well, when he admitted it, I didn't have to ask him. He admitted it to me. So that meant a lot to me that he went out of his way to tell me, Dad, I lied to you. This is what happened. So that went a long way with me. Yep. He was upset for 2 days about it. And so I was wanting to let all that clear before I brought it up and told anybody about it. It's funny now, but then it wasn't.
I got you.
Sure.
I'm glad you made it through.
Oh yeah,
Another moment in life.
on to bigger and better things now.
No, he is.
I know. He's head over heels about this girl.
Oh man, you're beat.
10 years later, he'll be me and
To
Eric.
be a 13-year-old again. Good
He
Lord.
looks exactly like I do too. That's the bad part.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Same hair like that, the little swoosh.
Yeah,
and
he
everything?
got his cut. And mine's longer than his now.
It's the longest I've seen your hair. I mean, that's.
I know. I feel
least
like
in-
you're gonna write like a pop punk album or something on us real quick. Just get famous on
Yeah,
us.
right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
My Bieber fever.
so back to you, James.
Hell
Wilson.
yeah. Hey, I always like when people talk about their kids because I can relate so much to it.
I knew that was coming. I freaking knew that was coming. I
But
could
then,
see when
I'm
you
talking
threw
about
them
like,
off.
probably going out and drinking and all that stuff. I'm like, damn, I'll do that now still. Like, yeah. Haven't grown up yet, I suppose. But yeah, thanks, Adam. You blink and in 1 minute they're just so grown and time moves so
Shut the
fast.
fuck
You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's
Lord.
at his basketball game tonight. They're in the away game, so I didn't get to go to that one.
Oh, thank
But
God.
their basketball team's undefeated.
Damn.
Nice.
Cool.
They're 7-0. The only team in the school that's undefeated.
Fantastic.
That's nice.
They're whooping ass and taking names.
As it should be.
Well, speaking of whipping ass and taking names, I guess it's Allison's turn. So,
Ooh.
Allison,
All
welcome to
right.
the show again. How's it going?
Thank
What you got?
Fantastic. All right. So I came up with a subject. Actually, I came up with another game. So I figure you guys kind of know me, but not a lot. So I thought I would do something that could spark a little conversation. So, and I know Amy says I don't really like you, Brad, but I'm kind of, again, going off of you. We're going to play 2 truths and a lie.
Oh boy.
So I'm going to tell you guys 3 things about me. 2 of them are true. 1 of them is a lie. You guys can decide which is which, and then I'll tell you which is true and which is a lie.
What
Okay.
does this have to do with you not liking me?
No, well, because she says that you don't explain rules and and all that. So I'm not giving you any rules. There's no rules. So I'm kind of going by your thing here.
Okay.
Hasbro
Sounds
didn't
fun.
write the rules.
There's no rules.
Oh, okay.
No,
Gotcha.
No rules. Okay,
There,
so
there is a game coming.
I got this in the bag.
I
got
figured there
this.
was gonna be. All right, you
I
ready?
got this.
Yep.
Okay. So my 3 facts are: I once appeared on Nickelodeon's Double Dare. I was once roasted by Andrew Dice Clay. And I've been to Space Camp.
I know the answer.
Discuss.
I,
Nice deal.
I
Yeah, I'm
think she
going
did
2
this-
of them are true.
Oh, okay, 2 of the okay. Your lie is probably the Andrew Dice Clay.
That's my lie. That's my
I
lie.
think the lie is Space Camp. She had
Why?
like before she said the third, she had a
She's a
pause. She
rocket
was like,
scientist,
"And
Devin. She's
I
been to space
went
camp.
to space camp." Maybe not though. That could be the one thing she never did.
I
No,
live
that
on Space
Nickelodeon
Coast.
thing. What was the Nickelodeon one?
I've appeared on Nickelodeon's Double Dare.
Yeah,
I think you did. Do
I'm gonna
that.
say that's a lie.
He's done that. I know that.
I got an
Well,
insider
Okay,
in
so
there.
Devin, you said no Space Camp. Mike, you said no Double Dare. Bama, you said no Andrew Dice Clay. James, you said what?
I guess I got to go with the Dice Clay one. I don't know
Okay.
though because I can see all those.
But
beats.
that is so random. Why Andrew Dice Clay though?
Okay, Brad, which one did you say?
I said no Andrew Dice Clay.
I'm changing mine.
Okay.
No space camp. No space camp.
Okay, so I have been to Space Camp in Huntsville 3 times.
Yay.
3 times. I have been roasted by Andrew Dice Clay. I
Oh.
attended his concert in Las Vegas in '99 in the front row. Never sit in the front row for Andrew Dice Clay. Ever.
Is your name Neil and Bob, or is that just what you do?
Um,
That's what he said.
no, my roast was about, I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud, about how I like to take it up the ass.
Hey.
Ooh, He got
It
you.
was
I
for
didn't know
no,
that.
no, no. It gets better. It gets better. It was taped, so you can possibly find it out there. Yeah,
We will find it, and it will be.
I am
Get-
sure
Tyler,
you
get
are
on there.
going to. It's out
Oh,
there
man.
somewhere. And here's how I know this. My friends, so this was 99. I was 22, I think, 21, 22, maybe 23. I can't add right now. And my friends rented a video from Blockbuster. God bless Blockbuster. And they got the wrong video. They rented something else and they got this Andrew Dice Clay video.
That happened
they're
a lot.
watching it. And they call me up and they're like, Allison, did you ever go see Andrew Dice Clay in Vegas? And I'm like, this is a very random question. Why are you asking me this? They're like, because we're watching a stand-up of his and he's roasting you on this. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm like, no, you cannot be watching. She's like, no, it's even worse. I'm watching it with my dad, who's like my uncle. And I'm like, oh, no. Yeah, so that one's true. I have never been on Nickelodeon Silverback.
Yes.
Damn.
I win.
So
I
you win.
lost.
I am the king of the mountain.
Yeah.
I lost.
All right, so we all have to do this.
It could be fun if you did.
I got mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Okay, so here are my three
know.
facts. Okay.
Okay.
I won the Regional Spelling Bee Championship in 1986. I was a finalist for Mr. Gannon University, where I went to college. And I was on the radio for being stranded in Florida in high school.
The first
You're
one.
First one, what?
Spelling bee.
That's your lie.
Spelling bee is your lie.
Spelling
I'm
Bee's my
saying
lie?
Telling
This-
me your lie.
stranded in Florida is a lie. You already got locked in a
That's some
bathroom.
shit
You
Brad
didn't get
would do.
stranded in Florida too.
Brad gets locked in a damn
Yeah,
stall.
I also believe that one. And believe it or not, I believe you could have been your Mr. whatever of your college.
Yeah, I don't think you can
So you're
spell
welcome.
shit. I know you can't spell shit because you can't spell James' name in the damn
You
outline.
misspelled my name.
I know it's a spelling bee one.
Yeah, you're right. I would never put that in there for a reason.
Oh, the long
Damn it.
con.
Ooh.
The long
Still
con.
sticking with it. Don't care.
No matter. You guys made your picks. We got James and we
Yep.
got Whitaker left.
That's
I'm going with the.
No, what about Devin? Devin didn't say nothing.
Devin said I was
Left
never
in Florida.
Florida, period, for some reason.
Oh, yeah,
Never.
stranded in Florida. I'm sorry. The whole Florida thingy.
Because you have two that relate to academic skills, and so that would
I'm trying to
lead
be
one
mine.
to assume that at least one of them has to be true, which I do
Only
not
one
believe.
is academic skills, and that would be the spelling bee. Mr.
What did you
Gannon
say,
University.
Mr. Whatever
that
the
was-
fuck
that-
they
that
call
would
it?
have
Beauty
that would have-
contest.
That would have been
Oh God, that's got to be the lie then. Ding, ding, ding. My bad. I thought it was like some like Mr. Go Getter College,
Okay,
guy.
so Allison and Adam both said a spelling bee. Mike and Devin both said stranded in Florida on the radio. And you're saying no, Mr. Gannon University, correct?
Yeah,
James? Okay. The answer is I never won the spelling bee.
shocking.
So I'm going to tell you what happened. So for my fraternity, they nominated me to be a representative for Mr. Gannon University. I was one of like 12 guys. I did not say I won. I just said I was nominated and was a finalist. So I got in like the final three. So that did happen. And so in 11th grade, I was in Latin club. This added the cool factor here to this. And we went to Florida, and it was in 1993. In 1993 was the big storm, the big snowstorm that shut down Route 80 all the way from Florida to Pennsylvania. We got stuck in Florida for 2 extra days, and I was on local radio. And I actually said 3 things. I said, I never thought I'd get chapped lips in Florida. I never thought I'd have to pack and unpack 3 times. And I actually said this to all the ladies at home. Don't worry, I'll be back. I was
My
as
bad.
big of a tool
That's
then,
so good.
big of a tool then as I am now is what I'm getting at.
That is
Okay.
fantastic.
I got you 3 of them.
Okay.
Pretty easy. I was in the beta club, I was in the chess club, and I was a mathlete. Which one's the lie?
Say it again.
I was a mathlete. I was in the chess club. I was in beta club.
What's the last one?
What's beta
The
club?
beta club is like when you make all A's and all B's for like the whole school.
Chess club.
Beta Club.
I know what the answer is.
Chess club's got to be the lie.
No, I think it's not because it's too obvious. He ain't no mathlete, kid.
Well, but then he ain't no beta. You know.
Gotta be one of them.
Now
You gotta be one or the other
You
of
can
those
be good
two.
at mathlete, but not make Beta Club.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm only good at math. English was a terrible subject.
What is it, Mike?
He's in
Piss.
Chess club thing.
I was not in the chess club.
Chess club.
I was a Beta Club member, and I was a mathlete.
I am on a roll. 2 in a row. Let's go.
I actually graduated with honors when I was in school.
Believe
Like
it.
in the top 10% of my whole
But that's
grade.
Alabama. It's a completely different standards.
Ooh.
Didn't say
Damn.
nothing.
I love that
That's
the only
damn
one that
true.
laughed was the guy from Alabama. Everybody's like, "You're such a dick, dude."
I've never been to Bama.
But yeah, I was in Beta Club for a couple of years, but never in the chess club. So I can play chess, and I'm pretty damn good at it.
So yeah, in addition to the Latin Club, I was in the chat. Man, I tell you what, I keep getting cooler and cooler on this show.
Yeah, you was
Chess
in the
club,
debate club.
Latin club.
Was you on the debate team?
Yes. Yes. I was gonna be.
in the Boy Scouts.
Yes. What else?
I
you
was a
got?
boy. I can't say that I was a Boy Scout too.
Yeah, not for very long though, because I don't know how to tie a knot.
Oh, I can tie some knots. We won't go there.
Who's next?
I mean, it's a good skill to have, Adam.
I know. It's come in handy a lot.
Mike, you thinking over there? I can see it. I feel like you're doing
I'm thinking
right now.
I'm thinking.
Look,
Yeah,
Mike's is either the hunting championship, beer drinking championship, or I'm a genius. Which one is it?
There you go. That works. Let's see. No, let's see. One is
lie.
I screwed my hand to a ceiling one time. I drove
That's true as hell.
26 hours on Christmas Eve.
Great when there's 24 hours in the day. So it's actually.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it was the one day.
You said one day, pal. Christmas Eve.
I said
26 hours of it.
Crossed a couple time zones, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I said I drove 26 hours.
I've done that. So
And I am a Golden Glove junior boxing champion.
Fuck you.
Hey,
the third, you can't even say it. So it's the
You
third one.
suck at this.
You can't even say the damn
Yeah,
third
what
wasn't
the fuck is
prepared.
bullshit? You would have kicked some. We would have known about that a long ass time ago. That's a fact. That ain't something you keep a lid on.
I did used to box, but no.
Get the hell out. You're done.
The only time you're boxing is when you're putting gifts in a damn present and wrapping them with a damn wrapping paper.
Man. And you suck at this game.
I do. I needed
Really?
more time. I was thinking.
Yeah, you only were fifth.
I need more time than that.
Wait a minute. The whole screwing your hand to the ceiling? What the hell?
Yeah, what did you do?
Oh yeah, that was true. Yeah, that's true.
What did
I
you
believe
do?
that shit.
I was, you know what a drop ceiling is, right?
Yep.
You know those ceilings with the tile and stuff.
Mhm.
I just put one of those in one time and was screwing, and my hand slipped right as the screw went through the metal, and so I was stuck up there
Oh no.
with it.
So
Better
it's
imagine the
drop, but
guy
not
that
Mike.
was up in his whatever for 12
And-
hours.
Right.
Here's the worst part, right? Because I did it. It hurt like a bitch.
Yeah.
So I dropped the drill, and one of the guys working there with me came up to me. He's like, he tried to hand me the drill back, thinking just whatever. I'm like, no. I said, I need help. I said, I screwed my hand to the ceiling, and he didn't believe me. He's like, no, you didn't. Like he thought I was fucking with him. I'm like, no, I really did. Like it. I'm stuck. So this guy says, yeah, okay. I said, no, for real, I'm stuck. He's like, okay, I got you. Don't worry about it. So he gets another ladder, puts it right beside mine, and comes up. And instead of getting the drill and like making it fast and quick, he pulls out a screwdriver and puts it in
Oh
and goes.
no.
And as soon as he does that, I turn white. And I very closely maybe might have passed out for a second.
Yeah.
And he caught me and he's like, oh, you're for real. You screwed yourself to the ceiling. I'm like, so finally I came through and everything else, and had to do it the hard way, and just took the gun and our drill gun and zip.
And as
Deal
wrestling,
with it
you
then.
know what the hard way means.
Ooh. But yeah, I screwed myself to a ceiling one time.
Got you some color.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I lost a lot of color too, because
Hands bleed
I
a
kept
lot.
on, I said, dude, I am not fucking with you. But that was something we did. We screwed with each other all the time working. So he
That is
really thought I was
hilarious.
messing with him.
Oh,
doing a
you
good
screwed
job.
with yourself that time.
Yeah.
You're bad, Devin.
That was
Devin with a
good.
quick
Yeah.
line.
That was good.
He
All
said
right, well,
the color dropped from me as quick as I almost fell off that ladder when he
Oh.
took that screwdriver. And so,
I would
Devin, you
pass out
look
too.
ready to go, buddy. Tell us what you're thinking.
All right, so my 3. All right, so I've talked to Sheamus in New York City. I quit wrestling because I couldn't use chairs in middle school. Or my career high in high school basketball was 20 points.
So you're dangling that basketball one out there like it's just the ripe for the taking.
What was the wrestling? So you quit wrestling.
In
So
middle
that-
school because I
That all
couldn't
makes
use steel
sense
chairs.
because that makes sense because you played basketball. You can't do both. You can't wrestle and play basketball at the same time.
Mm-mm.
One of those is not true.
Kevin Nash.
He professional wrestle. So I'm gonna go with the chair thing. The wrestling, you quit wrestling because you can't use chairs. I think you're baiting us on that. I think you met Sheamus because why wouldn't you? And I think you're good at basketball.
I think you were too specific on your meeting Sheamus in New York, so I'm going with that one.
I know. I was thinking that too. Damn it.
Okay. So
Adam's
one
taking
for
powder, by
Sheamus,
the way.
one for wrestling.
I'll say
Basketball.
the
You
same
scored
thing.
your career high is 2 points, and they were free throws
Oh,
out of 7.
there we go.
Oof.
What was
Quick
your
stat
guess,
sheet.
Mike?
The Sheamus thing, meeting Sheamus.
Okay, so I'll start with that
Because if we
one.
met Sheamus, we would know about it by now.
The very first wrestler I ever met was Sheamus. I was on my senior trip. I was just walking down New York City, and literally he was walking the other way with a bunch of bags. And I was like, holy shit, you're Sheamus. And he was like, hey there, fella. And then he literally stopped for a second. He's like, what are you doing here? I was like, I'm on my senior trip. He's like, well, have a good night. I'm just going this way to have dinner.
That's pretty
It's
funny
like-
that he said, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, he was
What are
just
you
like,
doing here?
fella.
I don't
Did he
know.
really say fella?
yeah, he called me his fella. I was
can
like,
see that.
that's cool.
Yes, you are Sheamus's fella.
When
That's in
I
your
was
shirt.
in sixth
Devin,
grade,
Sheamus's fella.
when I was in 6th grade, I signed up for wrestling and found out we could not use chairs, and it wasn't WWE wrestling, and immediately walked out.
I could
Well, it's
totally
about-
see you doing that.
I tried it for like 7 days and then quit. And the false one is I've never scored more than 2 points in a basketball game.
Damn, you were
Free
spot
throws?
on.
James was spot on with that.
That's good. It is funny about that wrestling thing though, because my son was the same way. You know, he watched it when he was little, and he says to me, "All right, Dad, I'm ready. So can I punch?" I said, "No." He's 5. Can I kick? I said, "No." He goes, "Can I bite?" I said, "No." He goes, "Can I jump on top of them, like off the top?" There's no ropes. There's no top. So I get it. I get that you. He
Yeah.
thought it what he was seeing on TV. No matter how many times I told him it wasn't.
Well, I grew up in the
Yeah.
Attitude Era, so that's what mine was. Can I use steel chairs?
It's
Nope.
awesome.
Oh, okay.
You
Never
can't
mind.
punch.
William thought the same thing last year when he was going to sign up for wrestling last year, and he thought it was the same thing. And once I told him, I said, "That's not the wrestling this is. It's this kind of wrestling." Then he changed his mind. He's like, "Oh yeah, no." This year he kind of got stuck doing it. He said a bunch of his friends said, "Hey, let's go try out," and he went with his friends, just hanging out with them, and he got in. They did not.
He's
He's
undefeated,
doing well,
right?
right?
No, he won 2 and he's lost 1.
Okay. Doesn't matter.
So he lost this
record.
past. Yeah, Tuesday he lost, but he did win his first 2.
You learn more by losing, kid.
Right? Make you
Bullshit. I hate
tough.
that bullshit.
Make you tough.
Yep. And he's on another one now, I think, where he's somewhere around. Supposed to be at one.
Phone's dead, so who the hell knows?
Could be.
Yeah, his phone's turned off, so who knows what he's doing.
Had to walk home, Dad.
Yep.
Well,
That's his damn fault.
Turn your damn phone on, kid, that I paid for.
Yep.
Freaking
Exactly.
James, you're left.
Yeah, I had to write them down because it was hard to think.
Yeah, I
of
wrote
this.
mine down.
Same.
So I guess number 1, I was an extra for the Mississippi State promo video. Number 2, yeah, I got some B-roll. Number 2, I lost my virginity to a head cheerleader. And number 3, I went to state academics my junior and senior year.
The fuck you did, cheerleader. Head cheerleader, my ass. I'll give you cheerleader. I'm giving you a head of nothing. Out.
Except for the head of the
Who the
chest
hell
team,
is the head cheerleader? Get the fuck out of here. That's my answer.
You don't think with his dashing good looks that I'm laying me a head
The
cheerleader?
head cheerleader. That just-
What was your
you
first
could-
one?
you had-
Wait.
Peter Griffin needs the lowest.
You
baby.
had to get selfish. You had to get selfish with the head cheerleader. You couldn't help yourself.
I think he's I think he's trying to trick us.
Nope.
I'm gonna be nice and go with the Mississippi State one.
No, he freaking did
Yeah,
that. You could tell
actually-
he told the story.
Shut up.
I'm going
being
with the
nice.
third one. I think James has told us in past episodes that he's never graduated. So I'm going with the third. He didn't go to state college.
I'm going Mississippi. I'm giving my man props. Let's go.
Yeah. That's how you do
There
it.
ain't no way it was the head cheerleader. Go ahead, tell him, James.
So yeah, I guess I'm not gonna tell the full extent of it, but yeah, I did lose my virginity to a head cheerleader. Thanks, Brad. Thanks. That is
See?
legit. There's a complete
Boom.
story to it. which
Confidence, man.
That's right.
My life isn't. Well, there's a lot of there's a lot of factors that went into this for sure.
I don't know if
I'm
wanna
engaged to the head of
Let it go
cheerleader.
and keep telling the stories. Nobody needs to
My
know.
dad listens to this. I'm not gonna go there.
No, I mean head
Oh, yeah,
cheerleader.
yeah.
That's all we need to know. Keep going.
That's true. I did go to I was in computer science my junior year, went to state academics, and my senior year I was in computer science and science, went to state in 2 events.
Apparently, you didn't graduate according to.
I didn't graduate college. I did
if-
go to Mississippi State. They interviewed me for a piece about this like a parade thing, and they were like, "Hey, this is all B-roll footage. We can't use none of this. You're cut out of it." So they had like interviewing everybody else, and then it cuts like right before me.
All
Here's a
right.
funny story. They it's like a parade thing. They call it the left field lounge. They parade all the like student sections and fraternities. Kind of have a spot where they build their own like bleacher things on trailers, and they'll park them there for the season. You reserve spots and everything. So they were interviewing our fraternity as we were driving it down because they have this big parade through downtown to the baseball field, and we're throwing candy and stuff because it's like a little parade thing going on. So they're asking me all these questions like, "Oh well, hey, how do you feel about being out here?" I'm like, "Oh, we just love doing this for the community, blah blah bullshit like that." I'm like, "Oh, so when you have candy, what do you do like, with the old ladies and like women and children?" I'm like, "Oh, you want to hit them for sure." And they're like, and I was like, "I mean, you want to toss the candy to them?" And they're like, "Oh, okay." This is straight up like, "Oh, you want to hit them for sure." So yeah, they did not use none of my interview on that little promo video.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Well,
Yeah,
great job,
I
Allison,
did
with that
graduate
segment.
high school.
Thanks. I thought it'd be nice to get to know you guys a little better.
Well, you got it.
That'll work.
Yeah, that was a
Thanks,
fun one.
Adam.
Yeah, Adam, what a dick.
30.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to throw this
30
out
episodes in.
before you get to the next match, James. Just real quick, we are working to put together a live show. Tyler, he wanted to take the reins on it, so we're kind of waiting to hear from him. He's putting some things together. We're not sure where it's going to be and when, but Tyler's on it, and he wanted me to tell you to let. He just wanted you guys all to know. So there you go. So
A
know
live
what it's gonna
kick-out
be.
crew.
working towards it.
We can have Tyler hit up our buddy, the insider.
Yeah, most certainly.
Maybe they can figure something out for like
Well,
headline
he's supposed
Vegas. Like
Tyler's supposed to be the producer, so I mean, he needs to produce for us. I'm not going to produce for him.
Where would
live
y'all like
kick
to
out
see us do a
crew.
live show? That's what we know. Where would you guys like to see
He
it?
just wanted to throw it out there that's in the works.
A live
Yes.
kick out crew is coming somewhere near you.
Yeah, we'll get there.
brother.
If not, get an airplane ticket and fly to us.
So how do we do that? Because y'all don't live in the same place.
You know what?
We
You
just
can
pick
fucking
one of you and show up.
Allison, you can
Tyler's
fucking ask
working on
Tyler
it.
because this is Tyler's doing, and we'll see.
All right. Okay,
Yeah,
I
I'll
really-
connect with Tyler.
Freaking, he's on
He's
my
probably
ass
gonna
with
pick.
text.
Yeah, he's probably gonna pick like Pittsburgh or something.
Tyler's the booker. He
I
probably
live
will
too
pick
close to Pittsburgh. I want to go
As long
somewhere
as
far
it's
away.
not Birmingham, we're good. Because nobody will show up if it's in Birmingham.
Well, he lives out this way, so.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
All
not Philly.
all I
ever.
do is schedule people to join the show.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see what his idea is. I have no idea. But anyway, back to you, James.
Get on
Well-
it, Tyler. Damn.
Allison, thanks for that because we find out
That
more
was
stuff
good.
about each other and we do these episodes every week. So it brings us all closer together. And speaking of being brought closer together, I guess it's time for our second match. Yeah, it's definitely a doozy. Because remember, we're covering the Cruiserweight Championship. So what better way than fucking late WCW, huh? We're going all the way to StarrCade 1999. My God, firing on all cylinders this era. If you haven't heard about WCW in the late 90s and 2000s, you should Google it because some of the best wrestling you'll ever want to never see again. That being said, we're covering Madusa versus Evan Koragious. Yeah, that's right, an intergender match for the Cruiserweight Championship. StarrCade 99 took place December 19th of 1999 from the MCI Center, which has been renamed like 4 times since then, in Washington, D.C. The best, our nation's capital, right? It's got an attendance of 8,582 people there. Yeah, packing them out there in D.C. for, this pay-per-view. StarrCade, a classic. Had a match length of a little bit over 3.5 minutes. The buy rate
Sounds
was
like my Saturday night.
120,000. If that tells you anything, I think ECW is probably doing more than that at this time. And Meltzer gave it 3/4 star. Yeah,
StarrCade, 8,000 fans. What does that tell you?
exactly.
As James would say, fuck yeah.
I'm curious,
yeah.
Allison. Why did you pick this match?
Because it sucked really bad.
Who gave you the idea of the match?
That would be you, mister.
This was your idea, not the other one?
Freaking Adam.
This one was my idea.
Well, you can't fade that all week.
All week.
3.5 minutes.
That's
Yeah.
twice longer than it should have been, right?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, does that include like taking the clothes off and then like crying afterwards and like apologizing?
This match is all my fault.
I have so many
Alright.
comments about this match, but let's go.
All right.
Well, hey, before that, we need to know, hey, Devin, how did we get here?
Yeah, Devin.
All right, so this all started with Madusa and Evan Koragious hooking up. They were hooking up for a couple months before this, and probably about a month and a half before this. And then Evan Koragious started cheating on him cheating on her with Spice, and she caught it a couple times. And meanwhile, in the middle of all this, Koragious did pick up the Cruiserweight Championship, and then Madusa challenged him. She said that she won the gold at StarrCade 1999. So that's it.
I
Hell of a build.
think Tony Schiavone called him her beau. I think is how he said it.
Yeah.
And
Her beau.
am I wrong on this? But isn't Spice married to a famous wrestler now?
I
No,
don't
you're trying to think of Shawn Michaels' wife.
Yeah.
No, that's not her.
Are we sure?
I'm
Who's
very
he
sure.
married to? Which one was he married to?
I don't know.
Rebecca-
Bright blue,
Rebecca or
Spice,
something.
who knows?
Well,
But
that's
no, it's
the
not her.
nice chat portion.
So you beat me to
All
it,
right.
asking why.
Edit
she-
that out. My bad. Skip
No,
it.
we're gonna keep it in. We're gonna keep
Yeah,
it in.
right.
Pull that out of there, Tyler.
No, we're gonna keep it in. So anyway, Allison, you answered the question on why you picked this match. Anytime you want to interject with your comments in the middle of this, go right ahead, please. Just
Okay.
That's your
I'm
show.
good with I'm good with that because if you have a lot of comments, I don't know if I do.
Okay.
But I will say this: Madusa's entrance. She had quite a look. But anyway, Alison, do you think Madusa was ahead of her time?
No, Madusa was her. All right, so
Wow, I did not expect that answer. But go ahead.
so Madusa was to me trying to be China. Like this whole thing was rewritten to be mimicking China and what she just did in WWE. That's all it was. I didn't like it. I was like, anybody watching saw it. That's what I thought. And I never liked Madusa. I was never a fan of Madusa. Her whole look was tired. She was just, it was like, please put those away. I mean, I know you guys love it, but
No, they look bad. No,
It's
no.
a little fake, too fake.
Oh my
they were
gosh, I just
really
hated
bad.
it. Come on, you're all dude.
They were worse than
lie.
Stephanie McMahon.
don't lie. All right, come
No,
on.
they were worse than Stephanie McMahon's.
Oh, it was so bad. Like you could just you could see the creases. It's disgusting.
Oh wow. Is there something going on, Mike? Wax on, wax
No,
off.
well, I got a question. Yes, because I got a question.
Just say
All right,
it.
ask
Jeez,
it.
man.
Why is he whacking off
Who-
now?
who-
What?
But who did it first, Medusa or China?
Medusa,
Because
100%.
Medusa did.
Yeah.
Didn't
So-
China do it in October?
But
See,
you're
I think
talking
she
about
wrestled men
you're talking about
first,
intergender
but-
matches,
No, no, no.
right?
I just think Medusa was around longer than China.
Oh, yeah.
but
Oh, absolutely. I'm
But
sorry.
we're talking
period, but-
intergender
Oh, no,
matches, though.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I
Intergender
disagree
match,
with you.
yeah.
I disagree
But-
with you. She may have been going for the China thing here. I'll give you that. But I do
Yeah.
think Medusa was a hardcore. I thought she was more than a pretty face. I thought she really put the work in. And I think she was in a time in WCW that they weren't giving women a lot of respect. And she was trying to bring some legitimacy to it. So I disagree with you a little bit. But I'm not going to fight you on this because I don't need any more women in the
You-
AFS network.
she
ADD.
tried.
No, hey, I'm
tried.
good with arguing because
I'm not arguing.
it's
Not
fine.
arguing.
No, but you could disagree with me. It's fine.
I'm
I
afraid.
have never been a fan of Medusa. I don't like her style. I don't like the way she wrestles. She just doesn't do it.
This
for me.
just wasn't the place for her.
Well,
This wasn't the place for her.
And
I agree with
Not
that.
at all.
I agree it wasn't. the place.
I don't think it was. But see, now when I watched this one, I had William watch it with me, and then we
Okay.
also watched a China and Jeff Jarrett match.
A good
So,
housekeeping.
Yes. So he was asking me, I asked him, I said, hey, do you got any questions? I could ask something on the podcast. He's like, yeah. He's like, who do you think did it better? And then who do you think would have won in a match if they wrestled together? So you have China and Jeff Jarrett and then Madusa in this match, which one was better? And then, but if they wrestled together, who do you think would have won being the better wrestler?
I'm not going to go with that. I think China's better than anybody, but
You think China's a better wrestler than Medusa?
don't know
Medusa's
why-
probably
why
the
do we
better
think-
technical wrestler.
It depends how you look at it. It
yeah, I
really
guess
does.
so. It's a good point.
That's a good one.
So we're
yeah.
stumped
mean-
here. Huh?
I mean, that's what he had. Who do you think is the better
That's a good
wrestler out of
question.
the two? China was more. I think China was more of a powerhouse
Yeah,
An
type
attraction.
person.
China was
Medusa was more of a technician.
Okay.
100%. That's
So I
that's
like
put
Medusa.
beautifully.
I like Medusa. I think she was. I do think she was ahead of her time, and then she was in the wrong place. I do agree with that.
Yes, if she was in WWE at the time, I think she would have been right there with China.
So, Mike, coming right back to you with a question. Evan Koragious with Spice. Mike, were you a fan of either of these folks?
No.
Great answer, Mike. Always a winner.
No.
Oh, man. How about you, Adam? Since he doesn't want to answer the question.
I was a huge Spice fan.
I said no. You got to. Were you a fan? Just a yes or no. You want me
I
to
was
give
a
you
huge fan of Spice when she was with the when she was one of the dancers and stuff because she was always up front and center.
Nitro
But
Girls.
Evan Courageous was actually not a bad talent. He really wasn't. He was in the
Rip
hell
the
of it. He was
shreds, too. Rip
he
the
was in
shreds.
great shape. I just think it was just a little bit too late for him. 99. If he'd been there 2 years earlier, he'd have done a whole lot better.
I think he'd do great
Maybe.
today.
Oh
Well,
hell
you-
yeah!
A year
Oh
later,
yeah, I think he would do
he
good.
was
Yes.
in 3 count was great.
Oh, okay. Good job, Devin. Way to bring the heat.
But if he would have been there with like Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, all them guys in 96, 97, I think it'd have been a way different. He'd been a whole lot different worker.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, do you think Medusa's believable to wrestle a man? Like, do you believe she's and I don't mean to be sexist when I say this, but obviously men and women are built differently, and size-wise, do you think this works?
It's hard to because she's smaller, and the fact that the China was more believable because she was jacked up. If you put Madusa with the right person, maybe.
You don't think Evan's the right person?
He's too fast because this match was too slow of a match. This match was too slow. She was uncomfortable. She didn't know a whole lot what she was doing. It just wasn't the right spot for her right there.
And there was a couple big time mess ups that
it was just a slow match.
Somebody could have got hurt big time.
She's not. She shouldn't even been there with him. I think it could be believable if they did it right, but I can't believe they let him punch her. That blew my mind.
That was Devin. Who are you pulling for here?
Madusa.
Why is that? Because of her boobs?
No, because Evan Koragious is the heel. He cheated on her. He's a dick. Go Madusa. Kick his ass.
All right, James, are you there? Or is there a leak in the bathroom? Okay.
Must be a leak. Bathroom.
All right, so I'm going to go back to James after in a minute here. They're fighting on the outside. Devin, this is a different time. What do you think of Madusa's look? I know that other people have said it, but you're younger and you were barely born. So what do you think of it looking at her now?
Honestly, I see a lot of Charlotte Flair in her. Like they got a real similar body type. They got a similar structure. Charlotte's obviously a way better worker, but if you're just comparing her to someone today, I think that'd have to be it.
James, I think Charlotte a couple of years ago. Yeah. Charlotte a couple of years ago.
Charlotte from NXT.
All right.
Yeah. I can see that. That's good.
What about maybe like a Jade Cargill though?
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying with an intimidating look, but Allison doesn't like it. Just want you to know that.
All right.
Charlotte
so not
all
Jade
day.
Cargill.
That's all I'm saying.
Her hair is better than Evan's hair.
There you have it.
He had a hat on.
Yeah, but it's cool. It looks cool though. James, who are the announcers?
Well, glad you asked, Brad. We have Bobby the Brain Heenan. We have our boy, my man, Tony Schiavone, and we got Scott Hudson.
So, James, we had on AFS as a top guy, we recently, in the last 2 years, we had 2 different happy hours. We have Rebels Happy Hour, and we have Madusa's Happy Hour. What did you think of Medusa's
shout out
Happy Hour?
Alex Ansel. Wore his shirt last episode.
What do you think of Madusa's Happy Hour, and why isn't it on anymore?
I have a feeling that that's something that you would have to ask the powers to be on that, because I heard there's a little kerfuffle, if we'd say.
Yeah,
but sure. Obviously, I mean, Rebel, my girl, I love you. And,
shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Rebel, Polly, Twitter again, Polly, and Corey Ryan Forrester, the homies. Corey, you should do our podcast. I know you listen. There's your invite. Boom.
Oh, listen, pal, we probably have better ratings than a lot of people now. So I would really, if you want to jump on a bandwagon, now's the time.
Yeah, exactly. 121.
Right. Reach out to him.
121.
121 on not Canadian, on not Indian, on not Argentinian, on USA, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, just saying. Anyway.
Did Tanae chime in on here, though? Because I feel like they always say Tanae's name, unless I'm just having like random Nitro and Thunder PTSDs all the time. But it feels like it was always Tanae was like not on camera, but they would like go to him for random shit. I know they did on that Thunder match for sure.
Adam, I know you're not him, but how would you feel about wrestling Madusa in '99 if you were Evan Koragious?
Adam Koragious.
Maybe in the champion, it'd be tough because he just got the belt.
Are you talking like when Adam's like 14, 15?
Yeah, I think you'd be all over it.
I'd love to wrestle Madusa back in that day.
Yeah, if I was 14, hell yeah. But if I was an established wrestler, then no. Because she's a little bit past her prime here. And what do I have to gain for letting her beat me? Because I'm the champion. I just don't like how the ending is. If it was a different ending, maybe, but I don't like the ending or nothing. It's just bad spot, bad match, bad ending.
Koragious was afraid to hit her here at first. Is that chivalry, Mike, or was he playing a game?
I'm sorry, ask that again. I was talking to
Koragious was at a point here, like he was getting ready to hit her and he was almost afraid to do it. Is that chivalry or is he just playing a game?
I think he's just playing a game.
Mm-hmm. I thought so too. Power slam by
He really wanted to smack her. You can tell. Like when he looked in her eyes, He was like,
Great visual.
And
Leaving
Devin's
that
over
in.
there.
Leaving that in.
Can't wait for that to be on video. May have to throw a picture up during that part.
Power slam by Koragious. Missed the moonsault. Kick by Madusa. Drop kick off the top rope by Madusa. Then Madusa gets on the top rope again to get thrown off by Koragious, doing a very Flair-esque move here. James, what do you think of the crowd at this point in the match?
Well, it's almost like they're watching a claymation or stop motion match, like to double back on what everybody's saying. It's real like choppy, not fluid, So, yeah, I mean, there's some highs and some lows for sure, but it's just cheap pops because it's all like, all right, I'm about to do this move, stutter step, and then go, So then the crowd's like, okay, now I know that I'm at like a show,
Yeah, I agree with you. Power bomb by Koragious. Alison, do you think Madusa was elevated by this match? Or was she just a novelty?
So for the time, I'm going to say yes. For the time, I'm going to say for what it was, it did her good. I'm going to say.
Okay.
It had to. I mean, like I said before, they just had the same thing with China and it did great for her. So I'm going to say, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so too. I mean, you can't go any further down in WCW women's wrestling than everybody already was at the time. So this had to be a step up, no matter how ridiculous it seems.
Well,
Absolutely.
and that kind of doubles back on the point. Like, women's wrestling really wasn't that well off because they didn't give a shit about it. So
But WCW way more than WWE.
Yeah,
absolutely.
like we would have it.
Yeah.
Oh well, hell, we got a user.
Yeah.
We don't have anybody else, but fuck, we got to book her in something.
I mean, on the other channel, you got Trish Stratus, right? You got Lita.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hello.
I'm not saying they were used properly 100%, but way better than this group, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and we have touched on that.
WCW's not known for their women's wrestling.
No. And we did do a 5-part series on women, and it is in the archive. So please check it out. So a show of strength by Madusa, power bomb by Madusa, reverse neck breaker by Evan Koragious off the top rope into the clothesline on the outside. Spice on the apron. Devin, what does this distraction? Now, this is Spice on the apron before what happens next. I'm writing this really fast as I'm watching these matches hit and pause, right? What did that distraction do before we find out what happens? What did it do to the match?
I kind of just put a hold on it. Like nothing happened. They all just kind of stood there like, what are you doing, Spice? Why you on the apron right now?
Allison, was this one of the worst nut shots you've ever seen by Spice?
I had to watch it like 5 times to catch the nut shot. I'm like, what just happened? Did I miss it? I'm
pretty
pretty
bad.
sure something happened there. And then I'm like, I saw her go like, and I'm like, holy shit, she punched him in the nuts.
Yeah, we think.
Well,
I think
sometimes it's that little tap.
It doesn't take much. That is a fact.
I mean, I don't know because I don't have them. So
I'm just saying that little.
Sometimes the lightest ones hurt the most.
I have also never punched anybody in the nuts. So
But actually, yes, I can't believe how ready for you were for that question, and I really am happy about that. So Madusa with the pin. Mike, were you surprised that Madusa won? Did you remember this? I didn't remember.
Well, I remember when I watched it yesterday. But yeah, no, I wasn't surprised. You would think because WWE just did with China. So you kind of know they had to do that whole situation.
James, did you think that Madusa was acting like she almost was surprised that this happened? Or did it seem like they were in cahoots when they were walking out together? Or did you stop watching?
No, Madusa was pretty abrasive throughout the whole match. I know you're talking about the cahoots that happened with the Spice or whatever,
Spice, yeah.
Yeah, whatever flavor, is there one named like honey lavender and like chamomile and all that stuff?
I'm sure we can find one. It's at a local place on the street.
Because then they say, yeah, because like to revert back to what we were talking about, HBK was married to one named Whisper. So what did they just like walk by the Glade Fresh like spray aisle and just like, hey, Hawaiian Breeze, have we used that one yet? No, fuck it, there's one. Oh, Timberwoods, there's one.
At least
call me apple pie.
See?
This guy, huh? I don't know. Did it look like they were in cahoots to you, or
Well,
at the
no,
end?
it really didn't. But I will say that Madusa was like, I think it took away from her because she was kind of a bitch like throughout the whole match. Like, get up! Is that it? Get out! You know, like shit
Like,
like
what was
that.
it?
But
Right,
then
was it
having to like
necessary?
kind of get the help to win kind of negates all that stuff.
So, Devin, why did she do this?
So actually, the next night on Nitro, Madusa is still aligned with Spice, and Spice is now going as her manager.
Good to know,
But-
Devin.
Look at that.
And
That's good.
are we
Tyler
done with
gotta
the
keep some
match?
good
Because
notes.
I got a follow up for how long the title reign lasted.
Hey, Devin, it's your show, pal.
All right. Well, Madusa would shortly start a feud with Oklahoma after this, and that sold out. Sold out literally a month later in January of 2000. Oklahoma, who definitely is not a cruiserweight, would become the cruiserweight champion by defeating Madusa.
Oh, he was the heaviest cruiserweight champion there was. Did you know
For
that?
sure.
Like I said, man, WCW around this time, fucking firing on all cylinders, man.
Oh,
If
and
you
the thing
haven't
was-
gone back and watched it, you're in
I
for
didn't
a
miss a
treat.
week. I didn't miss a week back then. Not a week. I
99?
watched Raw and recorded WCW and watched it right after. And I don't know why I recorded WCW.
I was pretty much, by this time, I was pretty much off the train. I was off the WCW train. There was this beer drinking redneck from Texas on the other show, and I was watching him every fucking week.
I did
Yeah.
not go off the train until they combined. Then I went off the train for a little bit.
I watched WCW when Raw was on commercial.
I didn't know you was a Bradshaw fan, James.
Son of a bitch.
So we did have a question on this one from
Oh, did we?
who else but Bryant Haremza.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Money Mike. Thanks for all the questions you've been giving us
Yeah, what
lately.
the fuck, dude? What, you're a teacher
Yeah.
now? You don't have time to ask questions? You're a teacher. You're done by 2.
Hey, Mike, I got a
I
bell
just
ringer
don't
for
want
your
my
next
students
class.
to associate with me.
He don't want to
You
listen
what?
to this
I don't want them
garbage.
to know that I listen to stuff with this vulgarity.
Ever since he stopped listening to us, we went up to 121. So what does that
Yeah,
mean?
we're good, pal.
Right.
Now,
Yeah,
we don't need your
professor.
questions.
Yeah.
We don't need your questions
don't
we
even
can't
understand your
understand.
questions. We don't even understand them anyway.
Yeah,
Bell
Dr.
ringer for Money
Zayas.
Mike's next
That's all I
class.
gotta say to you.
Every student submit a question to us.
Now, don't come back
Yeah,
after
that'll
we
be a
got
separate
ranked and
show.
start asking us questions. Now, don't even try it because we don't want to accept your
28
questions anymore.
Devin wants us to ask 100 questions.
No, Tyler, make sure no questions from Money Mike get through to us anymore.
Thank you.
We
Good.
started from the bottom. We're up halfway. We don't need them.
He
don't
teaches
need
at a school that says "Go Boners."
Money Mike, you can send me your questions. I still love you.
Oh,
Oh, I
man.
love him to death, but we don't need him here.
Yeah, I like him, but he used to be on every week, and now he's not. That's all.
It took us 5 minutes to kind of, work
Cite
out and
specific
figure out what the questions
examples.
were.
Site, and then he got really cocky with it with the site examples.
I don't know if this
I'll
has
never
been
forget
asked
James.
before, and I apologize if it's been asked before. Excuse me for asking this before. I don't know if it's been answered before.
And
I'm
then
We
sorry
James-
if
couldn't
this
decipher what the hell he was asking.
Get to
James
it.
the one time goes, "This fucking guy, huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think he
God, I was
apologized
like
3
episode
times
3.
before he even asked this question.
This fucking guy." Anyway, Bryant, thank you for continuing to be supportive. And yes, you'll be a researcher here and there when Tyler is not available, I guess. But do you think Madusa winning the title was just Russo trying to capitalize on the success of China winning the IC title in WWE? Allison?
100%.
I'll be damned.
100%. Yes. The answer is yes.
All
I'm
right.
No
surprised Asia didn't win it.
Who else do you think could have done it in WCW at the time?
Nobody. Nobody.
Did they have no one?
No.
They had Miss Jackie, but I couldn't remember what year she come in though.
Wasn't it later? No.
And she beat Disco.
You know what?
But was Madusa not a good fit for it?
You know, I don't know the answer
Like,
to that, so I'm not sure.
I-
I mean, Madusa was badass. I'm sorry. She was. And that's not, she wasn't China.
I mean, she drove monster trucks. She rode Harleys. She did, she did a
Bad
bunch
for
of
her
other
a
shit.
little bit, though. Man, everybody rips on her a little bit by the way she looked. I was like, God, you can look a lot worse, right?
Well, I mean,
Okay.
it did look a lot compared to what she was with the Alundra Blaze and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You see this, and you're just like, "Oh, this is fake." Like
What
everything
was
about
the-
this is fake, head to toe, fake.
What was the date of the match?
Which one?
99.
This one?
December 19th.
Medusa.
December 19th,
Yep.
99.
99. Yeah, that was because that was right after
Yeah,
China won the
That
Intercontinental.
was right after.
China was October.
Okay. So let's do a little thing here. What if roles were reversed and Madusa was in WWE and China was in WCW?
They wouldn't know how to use
Her
China either.
wrestling
Do you-
Jared would be a shit show.
They wouldn't know
Do
how
you
to use
think-
China
yeah.
if they had her.
I agree.
I'm glad China was where she was. I'm
Yeah.
really
Same.
happy she was where she was. I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, what if Madusa was in WWE at the
Well, she
time? Do you
was.
think that?
And her wrestling
At the
Jeff Jarrett in
time.
'99 and that Good Housekeeping would have been
If
a
Madusa
fucking
and China
stinker.
was there at the same time, it wouldn't have been fair. Because she would have killed Madusa.
Yeah,
Madusa was more like a
she did to Ivory, you know.
yeah, she was more like Trish Stratus' Speed and all them.
Right. Yeah, because okay, yeah, I see it.
So one more question, and this has nothing to do with any of the matches.
Or Marlena.
My question is for Allison. Why are you torturing yourself dealing with Yes Man Brad from this? Let me get to this handle again. Amy, the first lady of the Arn Anderson fan club. Blah 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 blah. All right, I had to ask it. It was
It's
asked.
all good. So my answer is because I love everybody and I don't hate anybody.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Not yet anyway.
Your check will be in the mail.
I'm not starting.
Yeah.
I'm not
Whose
starting.
mom is paying me?
Brad's.
My mom was my wife, then my mom.
Brad's
I
wife.
into my mom.
Your wife? Well, no,
Whatever.
whatever.
It's all good.
Somebody's sending me a check.
Somebody
I
will.
mean, it is a tax write-off.
Venmo, Cash App.
I got you, Mom.
Anyway,
All right.
back
Thank
to
you,
you,
Daddy.
James. Back to you, James.
Hell yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
back to
Well,
Brad.
you know what?
Yeah.
Speaking of coming back to me, I guess it says here on Brad's handy dandy outline.
Why is it
The
got to be
spirit
Brad?
of improv. And what better way than to me to just make up something because I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about with this. So
Well, you only have since Tuesday.
you sent the outline Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday by
Okay.
phone.
Crazy. Well, the cool thing about improv humor is, we did start as I guess it doubles back to originally when Brad came to me with this idea. I was very adamant about I'm not doing a wrestling podcast. I'm just not. That's why we were improv and comedy at the very beginning because we weren't a wrestling podcast. And then you see all the positive feedback and the ladies DM me all the time. I mean, my phone is just like dying constantly with all the fucking DMs I get.
I hear you.
It's a hard knock life. It really is.
Me too, from
happens.
America.
But it is funny that we switch it to rasslin and boom, shot up the chart pretty big there.
Yeah,
So it kind of makes me wonder if Jackass McGee, this guy, myself, if I would have had us at wrestling this whole time, where we may have been ranked by now.
Gotta break some eggs, buddy. Gotta break some eggs.
But hey,
Bring a few eggs and make some omelets.
I will
Yeah.
say when it comes to improv, Impractical Jokers is probably one of the funniest like little improv things I've ever seen. Some things could be scripted, I don't really know, but that show's fucking hilarious. I like it a bunch.
You know what
Oh, I
else?
agree.
Devin did it today with the picture of us of whose line is it anyway.
Yeah,
That is
that
really
is
great
good.
improv.
Wayne Brady, huh?
Wayne Brady, who's by the way going to be a finalist on Dancing with the Stars, which I watch every week.
Me too, Brad.
Of
Love
course
that
y'all
show.
do, man. Of course y'all do.
I can't believe how
Freaking-
excited Devin got to make me.
I can't believe Vinny was eliminated.
I can believe it. He sucked.
I could see y'all
He
doing
was fun
double
to
dates
watch.
every Friday night, dude. Like,
It's Monday
Brad
night.
and Dev,
Monday night, buddy. Monday
fucking
night.
Devin
On
and
Disney
Erica, like,
Plus.
so which
Disney
where
Plus.
we in that today? I know, like,
Devin.
But I am
Devin,
really.
whose face did you put me over on that picture?
I'll have to go look. I'm
Was
not
that Drew
sure.
Carey?
I'm over Drew Carey. He's in the
Devin, who
suit.
you rooting for on Dancing with the Stars? Are you rooting for Brady?
I'm rooting for Gabby, dude. She's awesome. The one from the Bachelor.
I like Gabby Windy too. All right, I can't do this though with you right now. We got
Oh
lots
my
of-
goodness.
I thought you meant Gabby from Busted Open. I was like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm in on that too. But I
Hey,
like.
speaking of another show, have you guys seen the clip going around social media right now of the dragon in a wedding dress singing from Mass Singer?
For Mass Singer, yes.
Oh, look who's
Oh.
on board now, Devin. There
Absolutely.
you go.
Everyone's
have
thinking
seen
it's Chris Jericho
It
himself.
sounds like
Maybe.
him.
Maybe
It does sound like him.
well, what has he become? They don't write themselves, baby. Good job, Tyler, on that one.
All right, James. Thanks, man.
Yeah, well, hey, that was the spirit of improv. Probably my shortest topic I've ever had on the show.
That's all right. It hit home though.
you know, and that's what it's all about here at the Kickout Crew, hitting home. Oh God.
Here we go.
Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. I read way too early in the outline.
Oh, that's coming soon, and Allison's got her own special, but we'll go next to someone else.
Oh no.
You know what? Hey, speaking of hitting home runs, the improv, whatever. But you know what really hits home runs is Waka 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 with Adam. So
What's on your
Yeah,
hand,
wait.
James?
what?
What's on your other hand?
Oh, I had a coaster. I didn't.
Oh, I thought it was a cookie. I was
It's a
hungry.
cork coaster. You know what I'm saying? I'm sophisticated, Brad. Pinky out shit over here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Look at James's 2-bedroom apartment. The lifestyles, you know what I'm saying? That one's gonna age well for our demographic of, 55 to whatever.
We're
I
ready
am
for
not
Go
that
ahead,
old.
Adam, save this.
All right, so do you guys know why Will Smith slapped Chris Rock with an open hand?
No.
Because paper always beats rock.
Waka waka.
Beats rock. Chris Rock. He beats him. Get it?
Now the open hand, I do. I got the. That took me a minute, but the open hand, yeah, I got it now.
All right, so did you know that tobacco companies kill their best customers and condom companies kill their future customers?
Hey,
No idea.
Waka waka
That's true.
waka.
No idea. All right, this
You
comes
guys
from
are getting
Sean Jones.
dirtier.
I
Girl,
found I
Hazel,
found one I
go
can
to
read.
bed. My daddy's
Sean
working,
Jones.
baby. Go in the bedroom. Hurry.
Put that kid to bed, Mike, and shut up.
Yeah.
Go in the bedroom.
There's a mute button, coach.
I am.
Give
I
that kid
know,
some
I'm an
alcohol.
idiot.
She'll
My
be out in a
bad.
minute. All right, so I found one I can read
I
from
meant
Sean
to. I
Jones.
meant to hit
Go
the
to
mute
bed,
button.
kid.
Wow, I'd let him.
Give her a shot of that peppermint schnapps. It'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, rub a little dirt on it.
That don't work. I've done.
Take a salt tablet, walk it off.
Hey, come get a shot. No,
Please,
that don't work.
God, finish this.
But she probably has her own glass and everything. Thanks, Dad.
Got 3 shows. I got 4 of them.
Apparently, over by the campfire, when you're 13.
I didn't say 13. I said
You think I forgot, huh?
17, 18,
Yeah, whatever.
19.
Yeah, the cops will be there tomorrow.
Breaking sinks in the bathroom.
Whatever.
All right, so this from Sean Jones. He said a woman goes to an expensive carpet store in hopes of purchasing a new area rug. She spots a beautiful rug after a few minutes of searching and goes to the checkout. As she bends down to touch the rug, she accidentally rips a silent but deadly fart. A salesman notices her from afar and comes to assist her. She tries desperately to wave the stench away, but the salesman had already approached. Good afternoon, ma'am. Is there anything I can help you with today? The woman, she kind of stammers around and says, yes, there is. I was just feeling the material of the rug, and I'm very interested in purchasing, the rug. And he says, well, may I ask what it costs? The salesman leans over and replies, lady, if you farted touching it, you're going to shit your pants when you find out how much it costs.
I feel like I saw that coming for a while.
So thank you, Sean Jones. I got pulled out off his Facebook. That's about one of the only ones I can read.
What time is it in your area? That window looks like it's still daylight out.
Do you not know what this is from?
Uh-oh.
I'll give you a hint. Let's see if you can. Oh, I can't do it.
I didn't know you were
Is that from The Office?
Yes, it is. Thank you very
Well,
much.
that brings us to something very special tonight.
Oh
I've
boy.
never seen that show.
So,
What?
well, you better do some boning up right now.
Oh
go ahead.
shit. Here we
I've
go.
been boning up this whole episode.
So it is FMK time, everybody.
You're welcome.
FMK.
It's all your
Huh?
fault.
And this is going to be an Allison edition FMK. We're going to do the women, we're going to do the men, and then we're going to do Allison's special,
Oh shit. All right.
which is just for her, which will probably put me in the same club that she'll probably be in the same club Amy does. So we'll see. Anyway, so women is office edition.
Fuck.
Well, we already know what James is going to be here.
I already got my Pam Beasley in real life. Love you, girl. Thanks for
So we got
listening.
Pam Beasley. We got Kelly
You
Kapoor.
said the L word. Sorry.
Who, and who? What are we doing?
James, you said the L word. You said
Listening?
love.
I thought I said the L word. I'm like, what? And then Kelly
Which
Kapoor
word?
and Jan Levinson.
Oh, Jan Levinson.
Who in
I
the fuck
cannot-
are these people? What did I
These-
miss?
The
From
Office,
The Office.
asshole.
From The Office.
Oh, The Office. Okay.
You know, what are you doing? All right, so we're gonna go.
I
ahead
am trying. Listen. Right now, I'm dealing with two little girls out there doing what the fuck they're doing, and
Sounds
I got
like
a
my
kid.
Saturday night. So we're gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
start. We're gonna start with Allison as the guest. Devin, you're off the hook for 2 minutes, but I think you're ready, which is kind of weird. Allison,
Okay.
you're up, girl.
All right. So we kill Jan. She's gone.
She's
Bye.
crazy.
See you later, crazy lady. No way.
Also, Dancing with the Stars, girl. Go ahead.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
A couple of years ago.
Last year. Yeah.
Okay.
whatever. I hope she fell. I mean, I think this is pretty obvious. We fuck Kelly Kapoor because I'm pretty sure she's a great ride. And then
Oh, yeah.
she's got to be, she's a freak in the sheets. And then you marry the lady, the woman, Miss Pam Beasley.
All right. I hope that is not everybody. Go ahead, Devin.
All right. So Pam is actually, she's going to be my fuck. I think Pam's very attractive and nice lady, but I couldn't deal with her all the time. I think she's kind of annoying. I would agree with Allison, and Jan's got to be the one to kill. And I'm going to marry Kelly Kapoor because,
Look at you, Devin.
Kelly.
All right.
Mike, are you done Googling?
Yeah, but are we going by characters or
Characters.
Character.
So do you need
fucking
more
kill them
time?
all? Because I've never watched The Office. I watched 10 minutes of The Office.
10 minutes all you need, man. So like every
It's
quarter.
like a funny. It's one of the funniest shows of all time.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Go
is.
ahead,
Pam-
Mike. This is get you out of the way. I've never
Pam-
seen The Office.
I'm
It's
killing
on
Pam.
Peacock.
I'm killing Pam. I am.
What?
Oh,
You can definitely tell you don't watch the show.
I've
Yeah.
never watched the show. Listen, I never watched the show.
You're killing Pam. That's all
Yeah.
I heard.
Killing Pam.
yeah.
I'll marry Kelly because then I can fuck her anytime I want.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. And then I'll do a one night stand with Jan.
All right. All right, Adam.
I have no idea who these people are, so
Oh my God.
I'm effing Kelly Kapoor. I'm marrying. Hang on, where'd that other one go? I had the
Pam
picture
Beasley.
pulled up. I'm marrying Pam Beasley and killing Jan, whoever. Just
And
by their
Levison
looks.
Gould.
That
Not
was
the
easy.
Gould no more.
Just because
All right,
Jan
Jan.
Langston looks like she's
Scored in
80.
this game.
All right, James.
Always remember, a lot of business goes down at a Chili's. Always remember that.
Yes.
But
If you don't fall
I am-
out of your chair, it's not a good night.
It's true. Well, my baby back, baby back. Sorry. I love that show. I think
I
it's
fell out of a
hilarious.
chair in Chicago. Does that count?
I'm gonna marry my real life Pam Beasley. Love you, girl. Hope you listen still. Who knows? That's how much we keep in contact, I guess. But yeah, that being said, back to the game, James. I'm gonna go with obviously I'm marrying Pam Beasley. I mean, we all know why, of course.
We know.
That's just the given. It mainly comes down to hear me out on this one. I'm fucking Jan because she's crazy.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Kelly Kapoor, the character, not talking about Mindy, but the character, boy, you want to talk about psycho. Like her and Jan, I guess, kind of run neck and neck in that psycho department. But I'm fucking Jan and killing Kelly, I guess.
You know what's funny is that if this was me 20 years ago, it would have been a completely different line of completely different answer.
100%.
So as a 46-year-old man now, I am marrying Pam Beasley. I am fucking Kelly Kapoor and I'm killing Jan. But if this was me 20 years ago, I'm marrying Kelly and fucking Pam.
100%.
saying.
I
Kelly
totally
would be
agree.
a stage 5 clinger.
Am I the only one that killed
Love you
Pam?
unconditionally.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
you
okay.
are.
I'm glad
Yeah.
someone saved her. But yeah, I
Well-
mean, today's standards, I'm marrying Pam Beasley. I would not have done that 20 years ago. I'd have probably got bored with her because she was too good.
Yeah,
So you're
but now we're
telling me
older
I'm gonna
and
be
we know
Brad
That's
better.
the
in 20
biggest
years.
bullshit of all
I've grown
time.
up. I've done a lot
Listen.
of growing up. A lot of growing up.
I'll give myself homework and I'll watch 2 episodes of The Office this week. And
I'll send you which
see if I
ones to
change my
watch.
episode.
Seriously, both
Okay,
episodes
yeah.
together will take you 46 minutes.
If
That's
you
fine.
started it, you
And if
probably
I
wouldn't
change my
stop it.
mind, I'll let you know next week.
You'll love it. You'll love it. You're gonna love it.
I'm not
Remember,
going to say I'm going to love the show. I'm
Give
talking about
season
the
1 a chance.
FMK.
You know, season
I've been
2,
watching
like,
Below Deck Mediterranean, so I ain't got time for the
Oh, I
office.
love blood.
Anything Bravo is
So now we go to the gentleman,
okay.
and we're gonna go another one of Allison's favorites, Step Brothers. And we're going in character here. Has everybody seen Step Brothers? Adam?
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Now
We'll
it's
just
a
become
hell yeah.
best friends. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so we are going Dale, Brennan, and Derek. So we have the brothers and then the
Step
other
brother.
brother.
Wait a minute.
That's easy.
We had a different discussion here.
We're not done. I told you that. She's got her own special one, pal. That's coming back.
That's easy.
Just relax. Just relax. Allison, go ahead.
All right, hold on. I gotta think.
I had that one
This
all
is easy.
prepared.
It's so easy.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. I gotta think though. All right.
Talk about Moby Dick. Awesome line.
Dale, Brennan,
And Derek.
Derek's the brother, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
snobby ass little brother. Yeah.
All right, he's
yeah,
dead. He's dead. I'm killing him.
Yeah.
No question. I'm marrying Dale because he's a sex machine. So I'm gonna keep him around.
Plus,
And I'll
you can-
fuck Brennan.
You can roll him into a little tiny ball and put him inside. Whatever.
Exactly. So I want to keep him around because he's good for the long haul.
Okay, good answers. Devin?
All right. So I'm a drummer myself. And like Allison said, Dale is a sex machine.
He's not gonna let you use his drum set, so you know that.
Yeah, you can't
Well,
use it.
Can you
I'm
play
gonna
Moby
fuck him
Dick?
on the drum set and put my ball sack on it.
Okay.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay, things just got weird.
Nice.
In
Can
the
you
game
play
it's
Moby
weird
Dick?
already.
Huh?
I'm killing
drummer?
Brennan.
With the sword?
Yeah, sure. I can kill him with that. Yeah. But with the sole reason that I need to marry Derek because he can provide for me. And I can just be his rich wife and sing carols in the car with him. Well,
Yeah,
try
That's
to.
fucking,
better
that's
keep him right.
fucking the
Rub
other
him
guy,
in the
right?
ass while sipping sangria or whatever he says on the boat.
Oh, that's
All right.
a great movie, though.
Michael?
All right, Darren, I'm killing.
Derek.
Derek's
Derek.
fine.
Gee.
Derek. Derek, I'm
Catalina
killing.
wine mixer. Damn.
The fucking Catalina.
Um,
wine mixer.
Gee.
Catalina.
Dale. Which one was Dale? Dale was the.
Not Will Ferrell.
Dale,
Dale,
John
okay,
Riley.
Dale.
John C. Riley.
Jesus.
I'm gonna fuck
Dewey
him.
Cox? Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck him, and I'm marrying the other one because
The
Brennan.
other one?
Brandon.
You've seen this movie. These
Oh
friends
my
suck as bad as
God.
you did with the offer.
I had
Can
a.
we, can we mute his mic? Shit.
All right,
There, do
Adam.
it.
Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, mine's easy. I'm killing Derek.
And this
marrying-
one.
You motherfucker. I'd kill Derek, marry, not marry.
Mike, no, he's muted.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd,
He's probably
F,
telling us how to reverse figure 4.
I'd marry Dale and F. Brennan. Kill Derek.
Why are you
All right.
effing Brennan?
Or because it'd be fun. Plus,
He licked
think-
white poop.
yeah, that's why I don't want no part of him. Just one and done. I don't need that
Jeez.
lingering in my house.
James, you ready?
And
Yeah,
plus,
killing the brother.
well, hang on, wait a minute, because Dale has manners. He goes, "Hello, Miss Lady." So he's got manners.
Oh, Ms. Lady.
Yes,
He doesn't
lady.
have manner. He ripped a huge fart in the job interview.
In a tuxedo.
But he admitted to it, though.
I can taste it.
At that
He
point, you had to
admitted
admit
doing
to
it, though. I mean, at least he
Is
didn't
it
lie about
Pam?
it.
Is it Pam? Oh, okay.
Pan.
Pam silent.
I think I can get this Pam dilemma here.
silent.
He was so polite to his stepmother. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
All right, finally, James.
Killing
Sorry.
the Brennan dude. Marrying Will Ferrell. Fucking John C. Riley.
Brennan is Will Ferrell.
Whatever it is.
All right.
Hey, brother.
Man, you made that fun.
Yeah.
I am fucking Derek. Derek's my favorite character in the whole movie. I don't know if I could deal with him the whole time though. So and he does have a set of abs on him.
I'm
That I
pretty
could do.
sure Amy would not be surprised about that.
Yeah,
I
well,
I think that was CGI. Just so you know.
fine.
That
don't
was
need
when
to be
I
real.
was. That's when I played in the movie.
It's not happening anyway. so
That double?
so then I'm gonna kill.
I was
I'm killing
gonna-
Dale. I'm killing Dale. because I find Dale more annoying. And I'm gonna marry Brennan because I can get down with Brennan for the rest of my life.
Dale's the musician, though.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Ah,
I'm a wrestling fan.
You ever see Walk
All
Hard?
right.
Fucking
Those
Allison?
are good. Those
Are
were
you
good,
ready?
and
Are
I
you
am now
ready?
terrified.
Are you ready?
No, I am terrified.
You should be, and you're probably
What
gonna
the
stop
fuck?
being my friend after this. So, F, Mary, Kill, Allison edition, the Scissors edition.
Ah,
So
shit.
yeah.
we are going Max Caster,
Oh, scissor me, daddy.
Max Caster, Anthony Bowens. Oh, but it's not going to be the third one. Do you think it's going to be the crowd last night in Boston, Massachusetts that watched them wrestle during the match? So that's your F, Mary, Kill. The Boston, Massachusetts crowd that watched the match that wouldn't stop scissoring. Anthony Bowens and Max Caster. Go.
Okay.
I couldn't give you a heads up, Allison. I'm sorry.
I hate you.
I know. Here
all
we
right.
go. I'm out.
Okay.
wanted
Fuck
to.
the Boston crowd.
So
I'm
this
like,
is not hard.
whoa.
This actually is not hard
That's what she
because
said.
yeah, well, in this case,
Ew.
correct. Anthony Bowens is hot, and but he's actually my Mary because he's gay. So 100% Mary. Yes, we can have our arrangement. He can go do his thing, and I will go do mine. 100%. Live
Okay.
your life, bro. Love you. Absolutely no problem with Anthony Bowens. Max Caster, see you later. I will have fun killing you. Bye.
Andrew's gonna hate that
No.
answer.
Andrew,
No.
Andrew loves me.
So wait.
Andrew loves me. He
You're
knows
marrying
this is coming.
Bowens, you're killing Caster, and you're having sex with the entire crowd in Boston, Massachusetts.
Absolutely. Sign me up.
That's
because
a lot of
it
hate
ain't
for
happening.
the
Man, I
acclaim.
did
No
not-
way I would have sex with Max Caster.
I
so
can't
bye.
believe you just picked 10,000 people over Max
it's what-
Caster. I didn't expect that answer. I expected
If,
exactly
if
how it
that's
went
what
down
I
with the
have
first
to
one.
do, if that's what I have to do to maintain
Oh.
this, that's what I have to do.
At least you played the game right.
Yeah, that hate runs deep.
That hate runs deep.
That hate must run deep for 10,000 people that are over
I
one.
mean, listen.
All right, seriously, you need to stop right now.
Yo, my bad, yo.
All right. Anyway,
That
thanks
was
for
good though. Very
Yeah,
good.
it was-
I did not expect that last one.
I
'cause that
know.
made-
Well, it was
that-
because it would have been too easy
It would have been too
if
easy.
it would have been
Billy
the
Gunn
answer.
or
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I already know the answer now.
But you had to expect that coming up.
I didn't
Um,
expect her to have sex with the entire. Oh, you meant her. I didn't expect to have her have sex with the entire audience.
This has been the idea for a few days. I just couldn't
Oh,
tell
it's
you.
been the idea since pretty much I met you.
I kind of
Because the way you react about the scissors online it was just too easy.
I wanted to tell you, give you a heads up, but I didn't want to. I don't want to ruin the
Same.
surprise.
That was one of the group chat things he actually read. Anyway, back to you, James. Thanks everybody. That was fun.
That
I
was
read
fun.
it. I just have a job.
Yeah, so do I.
Well, that was enthralling stuff with that FMK and nice little surprise there at the end. Speaking of surprises, can't wait for Devin's demographic. Devin, what do you got for us?
All right, so I kind of have two because I have one written down
yes,
and then
dude.
one I just
Why
remembered.
Yay.
Why not two?
All right, so the first one I'll start with is WrestleCade Super Show, Decade of Mayhem. It's going to be November 26, 2022.
My
It's going to
birthday.
be, hey, happy birthday. It's going to
Happy
be,
birthday tomorrow, by the way, Devin. It's
Oh,
actually
thanks.
tomorrow. It's last week at this point.
yeah, well, we're recording this.
Anyway,
tomorrow.
happy birthday, pal. Period. Love you.
Thanks.
Belated in the future.
25, huh?
Belated birthday from the future. Sorry, go ahead.
All right. Well, this takes place in the Benton Convention Center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. There's going to be a ridiculous amount of people there. Mick Foley, RVD, Hoobie Juice, who we talked about earlier, Teddy Long, EC3, Candice Michelle.
Get
But
to
the
your
two-
boy. If it's the Bang Center, is your boy and your girl going to be there?
So far, they haven't been announced, no. But one of my favorite independent wrestlers and recently signed Impact wrestlers is going to be reuniting with his old faction for, he says, once and maybe last time only. Alan Angels is going to be rejoining the Dark Order.
Nice.
Didn't
On
he
the
say
same,
because those losers paid me or something like that?
I saw it.
yeah, something. Alan the Pistol Angels now, as he's going by. But one of his ex-opponents, Speedball Mike Bailey, is going to be taking on questionable wrestler of the year, Dax Hardwood.
Or Harwood. No D.
That reminds me of old Shelton Benjamin.
Poor Devin. I'm sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
No, hey, they'll make it
I don't know what I
better.
said.
He
I
looks
don't want
genuinely
to,
hurt right now. Thanks. To
I
you.
don't even know what I
Thanks,
said,
Dave.
to be honest.
I said hardwood. It's Harwood.
Harwood? Instead of-
Harwood. No D. Hardwood is something that you have in the morning.
all right.
Blue Chew.
Well, the final
Too easy.
match
Too
that
fucking easy.
I wanted to talk about on this show is going to be the Kingdom, which is the Miracle Mike Bennett and Matt Taven versus the Briscoe brothers.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
I think it's going to be a hell of a show, and that's
Taven?
the day of James's birthday, November 26th.
My issue is I already know who's going to win that match.
the Kingdom.
I don't agree.
Oh,
So now we don't know.
yeah.
And luckily, it didn't already happen by the time this airs. Thank God.
And
Right, James?
also something that hasn't happened by the time this airs is this weekend will be Full Gear.
Yeah,
And
unlike
my
last
boy
weekend.
Sammy Guevara is about to win the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. Oh man, it's gonna be a great show, and I'm pumped for it. Soraya facing Dr. Britt Baker.
I still might
I
go.
hope he gets kicked in the balls.
I'm only an hour and 2 minutes away from there
You should
Why
go.
don't you go?
because my daughter's coming home that day from college.
Bring her.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Okay.
You can see your daughter any other weekend, bro.
Might as well
really, I
say, hey,
can't.
you saw
West
her what, like
Virginia.
18
No,
years,
no, you can't.
finally got her, and you're like, well, better be there when she comes back.
See you later.
We Zoom once a week. You can do
I was
that.
gonna go alone too. I was just gonna drive there and just see what happens. Run into Coach probably. It's all
Yeah, I
good.
went to AEW Rampage by myself. It was fantastic.
I would love. It's not a weird thing. I agree.
Not at all.
I go to the MLW shows down in the ECW arena, and there's people alone there all the time, and I just start talking to them.
I went,
I
but
become
yeah,
friends.
I went by myself 2 weeks ago, and I had a fantastic
Yeah.
time.
It works.
It was great.
It definitely works.
Yeah,
People get weird about stuff like that, but I think it works. I
You
know.
meet
Wrestling
people-
events,
I think it
it's easy
does.
to network with people.
Wrestling fans
Absolutely.
are
For a
awesome.
reason.
They're awesome.
they're absolutely the best, and all they want to do is talk about the match,
Yeah.
talk about what's going on.
Tell them who you sat behind, Allison.
It don't matter. You can be
Say
different.
that
It don't
again?
matter.
Tell them who you sat behind.
I don't know who I sat behind.
Santa Claus.
Oh yes, I sat behind Santa Claus. That's right.
And what kind of
In
jacket?
in a red sequin jacket.
Nice.
Yep.
But I mean, like the five of us, besides you, Allison, the five of us, we're together because of wrestling. You know what I mean?
Are we?
I wouldn't have met you otherwise. I don't have a lot of friends in Georgia that I'm just randomly meeting.
I
Very
went on.
true.
I thought we went on that randomfriends.com and just,
I thought it was
Random
farmers
people
only,
are
Mike.
us.
I mean, we weren't on a natural light website or anything.
Yeah.
Mike does farmers only.
Not-
Anyway, Devin,
You know
no,
that
I don't
would-
need no damn
graphics.
farmer.
You have a
That
great
would be
demo.
a good idea if we made a dating website for wrestling fans. Like
Yeah, it'd be a bunch of dudes.
wrestlingfansmeet.com.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bunch
and
of
5 women.
bunch of overweight dudes.
The
creeping
female
them out.
fans
You ever logged
are
on Twitter
we are
before?
here.
I
We
know,
are
but
here.
there's
We're not-
less of you is all we're getting.
There's a
less.
lot less, but there's a lot more than there used to be.
There's like a
So-
7-to-1 ratio here. That'd be a lot of fighting over the same one.
It used to be so when
I bow out.
back when this started, back when all of the podcast stuff started, we were 1.8% of the listener demographic. So Devin, to go with your demographics, we were 1.8% of the listeners.
That's
And
not
I
even
know
enough to
because I had
scissor
a
with.
t-shirt made.
You can't even
There's-
scissor with that much.
Shut
This
your
guy,
face.
huh?
Shut your face. All right. That's enough of that. But now we're at least up to 10
4%?
maybe. No, I would go higher than that.
Cool.
I would go
Depends on-
higher than that.
I heard Gentleman Regal, Gentleman Villain has quite a large female following, actually.
Absolutely. It's the accent. Let's not.
100%.
He is a sexy motherfucker.
I used to have a British boyfriend. It was 100% the accent. It was not him.
Right. And I'm sure the novelty runs out, right?
It does. It did.
And then it's just
Let's
another guy.
keep growing that winning fan base.
Gentleman,
Yeah,
villain,
absolutely.
gentleman, villain, southern gentleman. It's all good.
It is. Great job, Devin. Back to you, James. Fuck
Hell
yeah.
Well, that was some good stuff, Devin. Really enjoyed your 2-part segment there, man. Good shit. Oh, there it is. And
hang on, who did he beat this past Wednesday?
Oh,
Sammy
no.
Guevara.
he did not.
That's right. He got beat. That's right. My bad. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, speaking of burning that motherfucker to the ground, we got Mike's Meat Minute up next. So, Mike, what are we
Ooh.
You did the chicken.
Soak the chicken.
Look, y'all are messing up the
No
line. Y'all let him talk.
chicken. There's no chicken in this recipe.
Oh God, what are we doing?
But we're
Pesto?
doing a Mexican casserole.
Ooh, yay.
How about that? You like that?
Like casserole.
Okay, so what you would need, your ingredients are 1 pound of ground beef.
There it is.
You need one 15-ounce can of sweet corn drained. You need 1 cup of salsa. You need 1/4 cup of black olives. 3.5 cups of egg noodles.
Which
That's
ones are
very
those?
important.
Just
Egg
regular
noodles?
The floppy noodles.
Just regular
Just
egg
regular
noodles.
noodles.
Yeah.
Buttered noodles.
All right.
Not spaghetti noodles. They're
There's no egg.
noodles.
Just not spaghetti, not macaroni. Just
Right. There's noodles.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
Okay.
like lasagna.
And then you need
No, they're
1
like
can
small,
of kidney
small
beans.
noodles.
1 can of kidney beans drained and rinsed. And a 1/4 cup of taco sauce. You also need 1 packet of taco seasoning and a 1/2 cup of tomato sauce. What you want to do? Hold on, I lost it.
How long do you soak the chicken?
You don't soak the chicken. You just mix everything up. Mix all that shit up together. Okay. So you preheat your oven to 325 degrees. And while you're doing that, you cook. Shit. Hold on. While you're doing that, you are cooking your ground beef. And then in your baking dish, you're combining your cooked beef with your corn, your sauce, your olives, your noodles, beans, and taco seasoning and everything else. And you bake it for 30 minutes until it's fully cooked, and you have a good time.
Bake it for 30 minutes on episode 30. I like it.
What the
Drink
fuck,
up.
Devin? Shut up.
Throw your cheese on top of it when you're done, and you're good to go.
Man, see, that sounds good. And you speak from experience. I bet you've made this a bunch of times.
I am, and I'm also getting messages from Beth and William because they're looking for each other and they're trying to find each other. And they're messaging me and not calling each other. So I got, hey, where's Beth? Hey, where's William? Call each other.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
Chunky salsa?
So
I have nothing for next week, James. So let's just skip right over that.
we
segment.
are doing,
Oh, fuck.
Allison, what title are we doing?
The
next
U.S. title.
We have a special guest next week.
Do we? Are you going to change your mind Wednesday?
No, I told y'all already, remember?
You did not tell me.
I told both of y'all because I said I had
Both
two.
of y'all, there's 4 of us.
No, I told y'all I had 2 lined up and one had to go in front of the other because one had obligations already.
All right, is it going to be able to be Thursday at 7?
Yes, he said it was.
So who is it? Tell us then, Mr. Tough Guy.
Mr. Irish Adam himself.
Oh.
Adam O'Neill.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
What does
That's
that have to do with
That's
that?
great.
All right, so we have a guest, but what are we doing?
We'll ask him what title he likes.
That's not my point. I schedule the people. That's all I do.
Right.
This is y'all's
Seriously.
thing. I did
He
my
just brings
part.
in the
Whatever Irish
heavy
Adam
hitters. I
picks,
mean,
I
come on.
bet will be a
I did my
bunch of
part.
shit.
All right, let's
We'll ask
give-
Tyler.
So tell him U.S. title. Tell him to pick 2 matches by Sunday. Allison, thank you for doing it.
Of course.
You know
I
what?
mean-
By the time you know what time Adam got to us with the matches on Sunday. He never did. He never
Oh.
did.
Because Allison did.
Adam
I'm
never
sorry.
let the
I did.
We talked.
I
me
know
and
you
talked
did, but
about
I
the
wasn't allowed
matches
to say
doing-
anything.
Oh,
Just
We
watching
talked about the
video.
matches.
We talked
did we not,
about it.
Allison?
Yeah. I said, so Adam, what are the matches? Nothing.
I told you the
I already
first
knew
one
what they were. I already knew what they were. You know.
Oh,
I'm just
sorry.
saying.
because Allison said she was going to tell y'all.
Okay, pal.
Did you not tell me you told him?
I did tell you.
All right.
I did.
Anyway, Irish Adam, U.S. title according to Devin. So that's really interesting for Irish Adam.
Yeah. I'm sure he watches it.
Once again, we
Pick a
always
title.
pick the good ones with the like. We're real pros at this one.
Don't pick a woman for the
It's been
cruiserweight title.
crazy.
Pick
We
a
could switch
foreigner
it to,
for the
like,
US title.
Intercontinental or
Amy with the
something,
freaking
but, hey,
Divas
if y'all
era,
wanna
her
do-
least favorite era.
Hey, check it out. Man from overseas, U.S. title. Pick your favorite match. Like, that's
Freaking
the most
great. I
American
freaking
shit
love
of
it.
all
I
time.
love
Like,
it. I
hey,
love
you
it.
can be on our show, but you got to pick our shit.
Yeah. Hey, let's get a woman to do the cruiserweight
Hey.
championship matches. Yeah.
Hey, I'll blow up your
Alex-
show. It's fine with me. I don't mind.
Allison,
Yes.
thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
I really
Always.
appreciate
This
it.
was a lot of
Anytime you
fun.
need
A
me,
lot of
I'm
fun.
here.
It's
I
been a
love you
great
all.
episode.
Thank you guys.
It was a lot of fun. This episode worked out
Thank you.
a lot better than
Yeah.
last week's.
I'm
And
glad you become a fan. I don't know how you got plugged into the show.
I don't even. It's after Top Guy weekend. I couldn't help but watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Come
thanks.
Yeah.
You
we
were
appreciate
all.
it.
I love you guys. I mean, we had so much fun together.
Hey,
And I said, well, I got to start watching your archive, and then
Yeah,
that
just
was
stay
it.
away from
Every
one
week.
and two. One and
You
two,
know what it
everything
is?
after
I know.
after
Skip
two.
1 and
And-
2, start at 3. I know.
Start at 3.
yep.
And
And
skip
because
12.
of you,
And beat
We
go
are
to 4
ranked-
just to be safe.
121.
And not in just any weird thing. United States, Apple Podcasts,
Wrestling genre.
wrestling, which is
Yeah.
what we are.
Nothing
Sometime.
weird, just a very specific thing, but nothing
Listen,
crazy.
it could be way more specific than that, and you know
What?
it. It could be
So-
it could be something else.
Yeah, like improv.
Thank you to all our
Well, comedy,
listeners.
8 people
Thank
have
you.
it.
And I know we give Tyler a bunch of shit, but thanks, Tyler.
Yes. And please, Tyler, get this shit on the road with this live show.
So
We need to
Allison,
get
how,
it going.
Wait.
go ahead, James. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your segment.
That's your show.
No, it ain't. All right, Allison, tell us where we can find you, what you're up to.
Oh boy. Okay. So I'm on Twitter as Alison Faye. I'm on Instagram. I think it's the same. Snapchat. Snapchat. I have a couple extra E's on the end. I'm everywhere. Just Alison Faye usually. So
Yeah, we're on Snapchat too, right, Devin?
I am.
You're such an asshole. I am Brad. I am Brad at Yes Man
Guys-
Brad on Twitter. This was a wonderful episode. Allison, thank you so much for coming on. And this was a lot of fun. So thanks again.
you.
Next.
And yes, thank you again. Especially-
What are you?
Thank
Where can
you.
we find you,
Uh,
jerk off?
I'm not telling y'all nothing. Y'all find me where you find me. Y'all ain't tweeting me. Fuck y'all.
I
Oh,
tweet
yeah, we
you.
love our fans. We love our
Besides that, yeah, Allison tweets me. But all the other
Once
ones,
you said that,
hey.
we've gone up in the rankings. So, it's fine. Fuck them. Adam _ Bama, right?
Yeah, Adam _ from _
I'm gonna
Bama.
dance though.
I'm on Facebook Messenger and all that crap, so holler at me. I might holler at you back if you're cute enough.
But he won't answer all your waka wakas because I send like 5 of them.
You must be
He's
sending them the
done
wrong damn
one.
numbers. I ain't got shit
Festivus?
from
Is
you.
this airing of grievances right now?
All right, I am Devin Dowling at DevinD19 on all your social media platforms.
This was
another
fun episode.
Don't forget to follow our Instagram and TikTok at Kickout Crew Podcast. Allison, thank you for
Yes.
being on last week because you came in with some hot and heavy questions and a fun
Actually,
game for me.
By far the best woman on
Boom.
last week by times 100.
Yes.
All right. That is not a compliment, Brad.
Well,
Because I know you didn't like the other woman being on last week.
All right, well, here's a compliment.
Attitude,
You're
you
the
were
best
number
woman
one.
on this show. So thanks for being on today, Allison, because you were great. This was fun.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Boy, that
Fuck
was
yeah.
just hanging right there. I'm gonna let it be.
Oh, guys.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mike,
know,
you
Brad,
didn't
you
send me
keep
a
talking
damn
shit.
thing.
Ed is not going to talk to you no more. And we cannot have that.
We can't
We
make
need
promises
Ed
we can't
to be a
keep.
fan.
I can't promise anything.
Mike Whitaker, you ain't sent me shit, buddy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you get 1 out of
I
5.
see you're thinking about a pencil in the tree or some shit
God,
like that. I
James,
can't remember
please
those.
save this.
All right, and I am at James L. Korai. You could follow me on Twitter. You can follow at Kickout Crew. That is the show's Twitter page. You can like us and follow on Facebook, however that works. We do have a YouTube video version, so you can see all of our live reactions to some of the outlandish shit being said on here. And it is also at Kickout Crew Podcast. You can leave us a 5-star review, and somebody will probably read it at some point in time. Adam's on the hook for sending everybody t-shirts. So, hey, leave like 105-star reviews, and let's bankrupt Adam, I guess.
Listen, we got to get more work for Tyler. Tyler needs more work. He
And
needs to
that's
get.
the main thing.
He needs
Tyler's
to
got
earn
to
his
leave
no
him
money pay. Give him work. We're going live, guys. Tell me you want to see it. Where do we want to go?
Maybe
Can I
we
have
can
a
get the
front
band
row
on the
seat?
road, it sounds like. Gotta get the band on the road. But
I would like a front row seat, please, when you go
for
live.
Sure.
Okay.
There.
Front
We'll
row,
play on a-
you
we'll
are.
play on a
You
rotating,
got front row tickets. You
a
got
rotating
backstage
stage, that way
tickets. You
every
got
seat's front
everything.
row.
We're not
Okay.
gonna roast you like Rob Lowe did.
Not Rob
Yeah.
Lowe. Andrew Dice Clay. I wish Rob Lowe.
Rob
I wish
Lowe.
Rob Lowe.
Same
was
thing.
You're
me.
watching
Are
too
you
many Comedy
kidding me?
Central things.
Lord.
That was
You're watching
we are
way too many
desperately
Comedy
out of
Central.
time. So you can we do have an Instagram, we do have TikTok. We are on damn near every stupid ass thing imaginable on the internet. You can find us there at Kickout Crew. That's the easiest way to go about it. But God Almighty, we gotta end this at some point on a high note. So we want to thank everybody for all the positive feedback. I want to thank all of our fans. Definitely thank you again, Allison. And you know how it goes. Because when life gets you down, sometimes you just got to kick at it too. Because that's what we all do. That's what you do. That's what I do. That's what we do. Because we're all the Kick Out Crew. It's your show. So thank you, everybody, for this. Had a blast.
Peace.